Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever this finds you, whenever this finds you. Today, we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through the 2013 adventure Legacy of the Crystal Shard. And we are also drawing a substantial amount of material from Wizards of the Coast's recent Icewind Dale Legacy of the, Rime of the Frost Maiden. So if you are intent on playing Rime of the Frost Maiden at some point, this session will definitely contain spoilers from that. So if you are intent on, if you want to keep those spoilers for yourself, come back at another time and join us back in the Icewind Dale. If you don't care about the spoilers, well then welcome. Let me introduce you to the stars of the Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you? First up, we've got John.
Hey everyone, I am John, and I'm playing half Sylvan Elf, Ranger Cleric of Solinar. He is a Falconer for his Ranger kit, and a Ranger is what it's called for the Specialty Priest of Solinar. He is level 7 Ranger, level 8 Cleric.
Very nice. Next up is Darren.
Down here, I'm playing Trin Stainpaw, who's a level 4 Gnoll Thief. Just about to ding to level 5, hopefully.
Very nice. Hopefully. That is a man who's come to appreciate the lethality of the Icewind Dale. Next up is Brandon.
I am Brandon, playing Grim Buckman. He's a human mage of 7th level, and about to get everything he wants except for mimics biting him.
Yes.
So.
And last but certainly not least is Andrew.
Good morning, everybody. I am playing Kola Hammerstone, a level 7 Dwarven Priest of Clangeddon Silverbeard, and home to these harsh lands.
Yes. Though now outcast.
Well, yeah.
So, guys, last session, I hit a personal milestone with, as you've alluded to, finally making use of a mimic. But what happened last time, guys? I think we opened with, to set the stage, we have been underneath the that massive glacier in the, or one of the glaciers in the Spine of the World Mountains, under the Ragged Glacier in the Caves of Hunger. And last time you guys we opened with Kola making a very risky use of a unpredictable magic item to free them from a collapse. What happened last time?
I did not get transported to another plane of existence, thankfully. So that was cool. So I guess, okay. Well, every 2 weeks it makes it challenging, but so we continued to explore by that point. And we okay, I think we found the pit of a yet to be named and discerned creature, but probably large.
Oh, the ice worm.
Yeah.
Also known as the Remoraz.
Managed to get around that without too much difficulty, but encountered the ancient old one kind of deity monster. I forget what it was called, but it was like an elder
Father Limerick.
Yes,
Father Limerick.
That's all I said. Leave it potatoes.
No, thank you.
Wow. Anyway, we apologize to our UK viewers and fellow players.
I don't apologize.
Yes, there was something that seemed to be trapped or present in the ice that called on the minds of our heroes.
I dare say I hope it's trapped.
There was something just before that where we, I think Kola saw some snowman-like golem things that were making weird noises, and we said nope, and went the other way.
Oh,
yeah.
I think we all saw.
I don't think we all heard that. I think it was just Kola that heard that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
great.
recall.
with
Yeah.
the
the voices
eyeball
in my
and the
head then.
frozen.
Yeah.
Yep.
You saw that. We were like, nope.
And then we made it to, and then I think that I'm drawing a blank. I don't remember much past the elder demon.
We saw a bunch of like essentially like what do you call it? The signs of the Netherese ruins kind of hanging from the ceiling. And then we walked around and saw one in the ground. At least it looked like it until we poked it, and then the stone turned out to actually be a mimic, and we fought it until it retreated.
Right, the mimic. Duh.
Took a big bite out of a couple of us.
Yes, and then it retreated beneath a crack or a crevasse in the ice, slurping
Should have
itself
seen
down.
that one coming.
Yeah.
Oh, why are the writing is perfect but weird?
Yeah.
That time it was too late.
You did telegraph that. I will give you full, but I wasn't expecting rocks to be mimics, so I didn't know.
Generally, the best thing was do you touch it? Well, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like I
a
got
great role
blindsided.
play.
I didn't suspect it at all.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I wasn't thinking mimic.
So that is where we last left things, guys. So that thing is retreated beneath the ice. You've staggered back, seemingly having driven this thing off. What do you guys wish to do next?
I'd like to heal myself a little bit because, ouch, that mimic bit me a lot.
And I think you can hear from beneath, like echoing as if it's a larger chamber down there. You can hear what sounds like the growling or trilling of some large, hungry thing.
All right, maybe we should hang around here very much.
Cola, you got any heal spells you can spare, or you kind of tapped out?
That's a very good question. Oh, that's a lot of check marks
Yeah, okay, never mind.
of things I've ticked off. Okay, so I have
That'll work. I got a good cure moderate, so.
a single cure moderate, and that's all we have, folks.
Hey, well, I will check off my cure moderate. I've still got 2 cure lights, a cure
Trin,
moderate, and a
just
cure
to
serious.
you may be able to see this already, but Trin is down to 9 out of 18, and Grim is down to 13 out of 27.
Well, and we've got 5 charges on the Ring of Baranar, so that allows I can do up to 2 cure lights with that.
We need that for ability restoration.
I completely agree. I'm just like that is an option technically open to us. If it's like if I'm the only party member left and everybody's down in a situation, then I will do that.
Well, I have enough healing spells to.
So I will grab Trin.
Oh no, save it. I've got enough to do it.
Okay. All right.
I'd rather the other healer have a heal spell ready, since I'm not tapped out yet.
Fair. Okay. Right. Let's each get down to 1.
So this goes to Trin, Cure Light. 7. Okay. And
Nice.
give 1 to Grim. For 3.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. I've got a Cure Mod and a Cure Serious left.
Okay. I thought I had a Cure Serious. No, I cast my Cure Serious. Wow.
So,
Oof.
where would you guys like to go next?
Grim, do you have an armor spell prepared? Because it'd be a good time to use it.
No. I have nothing.
Nothing. I have those spells.
I have Fireball and I have Charm Monster in case we can find a monster that can understand us.
How's your stock of healing potions?
I don't have any. I think I used them all.
Okay,
I'm gonna think.
We can hear voices, but this is also a dead end. So
You can, there is a crack like right underneath Cola's feet right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've used all of my.
I think, Cola, you can feel like something touches your leg, and then it retreats back down into the crevasse.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Okay.
no, the other
No idea.
that elder demon, we've got straight up Cthulhu underneath this here. Let's go.
So, Falcrill is uncomfortable with Grim not having any potions on him, so he's going to give him 1,
Oh, thank you.
so that you can either help us if we go down or something. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Now, let's see. Quickly talk about where you guys are.
The Hanging Rocks of Netherese.
Wayne says, if you're the only party member left and everyone else is down, you loot the bodies and go find new friends.
Well, if all the enemies are dead,
True.
otherwise you get out of there
Yeah.
and then come back later and loot the bodies.
Remind me, Wayne, never to play at a game with you. Unless I'm very confident in my character.
Morning, everybody. All right. So then, guys, in this chamber here, this is where you saw the fragments, those stone fragments sticking through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How high are they again?
20-foot ceilings.
Okay. Yeah, I can't read that from here.
What's the significance of these fragments?
I believe those are the things where the Mephits had attacked us the last time. I could be misremembering.
No, these are fragments of the lost city of Ethrin
Oh, these are the Netherese.
that we think these caves are connected to. So that's why Grim wants to go here, and that's basically why we're going here. Period, because of the artifact and
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What the guys
Okay.
found several months back was when they were trying to take refuge from the pursuing forces of the Frost Queen. They found an inverted tower buried in some ice, where they actually met up with Grim again. They'd originally met up with Grim when they first came to Icewind Dale, and then Grim kind of slipped off to go do his own thing. They ran into him again in this inverted tower. And the theory that Grim shared is that there was, thousands of years ago, a flying city that went crashing down into this glacier. And that as it did so, bits of it, chunks, fell off, including that inverted tower. And then while they were originally exploring this, all those ruins you found thus far in the Caves of Hunger, those have been parts of the same city, or at least so Grim believes, which was really emboldened when he found that magical tour guide that allowed him to, unfortunately he couldn't get it working again, but it allowed him to actually take a tour of Yithrin. And yeah, apparently somewhere down
here. It was just
here.
the caves.
Sorry?
It was just the caves. We had the eyeball that flew around the cave for a little bit and then disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what do you guys wish to do next? You take a couple minutes to catch your breath.
It's like a dead end here.
Yeah, dead end here.
Anything special about the Netherese rocks hanging from the ceiling?
Nothing that you can see.
20 feet up in the air. It's
Yeah, you want to get up there and
read.
touch it? I'm sure.
I don't think there's a mimic that big.
I don't think it's well, if we had a levitate spell, maybe, but I don't have one.
Or Lex that can climb the walls.
Yeah.
Ooh, Trin's got a climbing percentage.
Yeah, I mean,
Got
Tell me what the squiggly lines look like.
I've got climbing. That's a non-weapon proficiency.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe we should. It seems like it's a lot of risk for maybe minimal benefit.
Okay, well, we can keep looking elsewhere.
I'd rather- Yeah. I think this shows we're on the right track, but I don't think it shows that we need to.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, north is super
the
baddie. Let's go to the left.
So the left, this chamber here that you're moving into, Falcroll, this is that mirrored chamber.
All right, let's go there.
Yeah, I recall voices here.
Every surface
Yeah.
on the 20-foot high cave is polished to a mirror finish, such that you're faced with countless distorted reflections of yourself. Your head spins, trying to keep track of your bearings. There are other passages on the far side of this mirrored chamber, though.
Let's go through.
Disconcerting. I'm gonna
Over here.
get my halberd and like drag it behind me, enough to leave a groove on the ground,
Okay.
just so that I have something of a straight line to keep myself from,
I think.
just.
Well, Falcroll, just a moment, and I'm gonna take my my axe and just like ahead of me, like use the long end of the handle,
Yep.
and just kind of like tap the ice a little bit in front of us as we go, because the fact that the other room, a tentacle was able to reach and grab him on my legs. Kola does not know whether or not a creature was actually reaching through the ice, but he's a little bit spooked and freaked out right now, so
Yep.
he's being extra cautious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Falcroll's leaving a trail behind. Kola is tapping a trail ahead.
Yeah, I'll tap the trail ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like a good
Ooh,
idea.
Kola, you choose to move there. It's interesting.
Yep.
fucking guy.
Go ahead and move yourself another square forward.
Yep. You're losing a trail. I'm behind you.
Continuing to tap very gently, I should add.
And as you're moving across here too, it is unnerving because you're seeing it's like a funhouse mirror in some places. On the ground, it just seems like reflections of yourself, a la Enter the Dragon kind of stuff.
Falcaro, look, I'm actually tall.
Yeah, right above.
That's a weird experience.
And then
Careful, the air is thin up here.
you can hear almost a whisper coming from Latiger's axe, because you may remember that the cursed dark dwarves can quite easily make themselves large.
Oh. I whisper back to the axe. So, can we do that with me?
We cut to a scene of Clangin and Silverbeard tapping his feet with his arms crossed, looking at you in a displeased way.
Just kidding.
So those of you at the edge or the cusp of this room, you can see them making their way carefully across. What you can see, guys, up ahead here, the passages seem to go on an even level at the other edge, and the ground seems solid in front of you, Kola, as you're tapping your way along.
Okay.
There is a bit of an odd echo in this chamber as well.
All right. Well, Grim doesn't see anything problem, so he's gonna keep up with him.
And Kola, you can feel free to move yourself.
Okay.
I love rooms that just look bad and dangerous, and then just heightens attention.
Do the reflections in this, I don't know, like not show his illusion or something or anything?
As far as you can tell, this is just polished ice that has been given some kind of treatment to give a mirrored quality to it.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
I like how Brandon thinks.
Uh-oh. Yeah. I put up my hand to... We don't use RBC, but I'll try to, put my hand to stop Falcarol, and I'll...
Okay. So what you can see is to the north, there is a chamber that... Let's see here. You first think for a moment, Kola, you can see something up there. And then you look again. And as with that other chamber, it appears that there is a figure in the wall right here. Like slightly behind, as if behind like a cover of heavy glass. The figure has a long and tattered black robe with a golden face mask.
I'll point it out to, I'll step aside just to let Falcarol take a look, and I will, I'll point to it.
Okay.
But I'm not
Falcarol,
saying
what's
anything.
your wisdom?
I think it is a 6. Let me look.
Okay.
16, yes.
16, okay. There is something distinctly unnerving about this thing in there. It has the accents on the golden mask, they seem similar to what you have seen in some of the other Netherese artifacts. The two swords, the sword that Tom has, and the sword that... Did Lex take the other enchanted sword? The Netherese longsword?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
okay. Similar to those and the other like Netherese ruins you found, but it's almost as if it was set in a sarcophagus of ice, because it's not standing, it's not trapped the way that a frost giant was. It's set in there with arms crossed, standing straight up.
Have we seen this here before, or is this new?
You've not been in here before, no.
Not this deep? That's because we ran from the thing last time, yes. Hey, Grim, there's some weird entombed body with Netherese mask.
Oh, really? He's rushing in there.
Okay.
Damn it, Grim.
So it is
Whereabouts?
right here.
Is it up there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's gonna get a little bit closer.
Okay.
Yeah, the Valkyrie's like, God damn it, Grim.
And he, so it's an ice. Once he sees that it's an ice, he's just like, anybody got an ice pick?
We all should have ice picks.
All right. Chop chop, everybody.
You want to disentomb some frozen being from the Netherese era?
No, we've killed him before. We'll kill him again.
Graham.
Yep.
Graham. That was when we had a lot of magic at our disposal.
Well, I can throw a fireball at it.
And you hope it doesn't have resistance to fire.
It's an eye. That's a good point. Yeah.
What is the radius of fireball again?
Enough to get the
30
entire
feet.
room.
Yeah, there's
Let's
also
get
that.
I'll get back here.
Let's maybe leave well enough alone, at least until we're a little bit refreshed.
From your quick glance, the mask on this thing has got to be worth at least 1,000 gold pieces to the right collector.
Don't. I don't need to know
and
that.
the rings that are you can see on the hands, any one of them is probably 250 a piece.
Can I just mute Kevin?
Can I?
I had less reasons to walk away.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast my my vague detect magic cantrip to see if there's anything coming from there that might be useful.
So
That's what I'm gonna roll.
It's difficult to tell because it's through several layers of ice. This thing is encased in ice, so
you have to get right up on it, touch it.
It may be diffused, yeah. Unclear result.
Okay.
This place has played host to a vampiric knoll for centuries, and apparently other awful things. So your detect magic may be, a little ruined by background radiation, as it were.
Sure. I mean, it's Netherese, so the answer is probably it's magics, but other than that, it's
the way that this thing is dressed. It strikes you as a mage. Yeah. I mean, mages are sort of a dime a dozen back in the time of Netheril, but I mean, it strikes you as someone who would have been a spellcaster of some kind, and likely with the mask and whatnot, likely someone of enough station. Like mages with their sigils and whatnot, as much as there is sort of a standard look with big long robes and whatnot, they love distinguishing themselves from each other. So to be the golden mage or the golden conjurer or whatever would suggest that if this person has enough money to be able to bury themselves with some kind of distinction, they may have been a person of power, because that's that is the currency of the realm in Netheril.
okay. With my instant history knowledge, would I know if they would bury people with magic items, or would they have considered that a waste?
Go ahead and give us a ancient history check.
Oh, don't know.
Yeah, 4 points of astonishing fortune. You want to?
That's fine.
I think it's probably in your mind one of those things where, like, sometimes they might, but sometimes they might not, depending on if it's something like, for instance, that the deceased created, then maybe. If it's an ancestral item like an artifact level staff or something like that, then maybe that would be passed down. So it would really depend on the circumstances.
Well, maybe we'll come back here sometime later.
Okay.
I'm sure we could.
Or once we get to the city, there might be more there to occupy our mind.
What do you guys wish to do next?
Well, Valkyr's half disappointed, but proceed down south.
Okay, hold on. Perfect. Okay. So what you can see is that the passage here, Falkrel, after about 15 feet, it begins going down once again. And if you're sort of keeping a mental tally of how far down you've gone, you're getting at least 120 feet down underneath the entrance to the Caves of Hunger. There is no
Yeah.
noise coming from down there. There's no wind.
After the journey through the dwarven tunnels, this is colder, but yeah, I think we can handle this.
Okay. All right. So you carefully begin making your way forward. I will tell you, just keep going square by square. I'll tell you if I need you to stop.
Around. Cola, you coming?
Oh, come.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've discussed this, Grim.
I'm getting impatient.
I'm going to start walking carefully down this slope.
Okay. The passage goes again about 20 feet down, so it's quite a bad slope. But if you're taking your time,
I might do that. Take my time, and I'll have my. Did we settle on Piton?
Piton was
Piton?
yeah, that's apparently
Okay.
the
That was
correct
the-
way to pronounce it.
I'll take the Piton out, and I'll just have it. I'll use it against the wall a little bit to help stabilize myself,
Okay.
just in case I slip.
Okay.
Gotcha. We'll just moving carefully down. Don't
Yeah.
want to trip.
Carefully. Oh, 1 second. So Falcarol, you get down there. It's very discordant, I guess, odor coming from up ahead. Is it, do you smell leaves? It's the smell of a tree.
That should not be a thing here.
It's frozen. It's as if, you know, there are certain magical trees in. I can't remember. You're not from Evermelt. You're from.
East of Neverwinter,
Okay.
a little bit.
Okay. So there are deciduous trees that you can encounter in some of the magical elven lands that, like coniferous trees, don't lose their leaves in the wintertime. So there's a really unusual experience you can get where you have that rich smell of a forest or whatnot while in a very frigid and crisp condition. That's what you're smelling right now.
Step down and look for the source of this smell.
Sure.
Like, I smell.
Can't see it in this
leaves.
chamber here, but you can see there's a fairly large, a 10-foot wide crevasse or thing that leads further forward.
This is kind of the. I haven't smelled this for a while. Like, not this entire time I've been up north.
No, not since you got to the Dale.
I am immediately on guard. Like, what witchcraft is this?
So from there, it looks like you can see now just there is a wall here. And that appears to be made out of that same blackened stone that you've seen through so much of the Caves of Hunger. But you can also see the very top of a limb from a tree covered in leaves.
I have to find out what's going on here. Grim, there's a thing ahead, but be careful. There are literally trees ahead.
So what you find,
What? The actual hells?
a grove of frost-covered trees fills this 50-foot high cavern, the floor of which is a mixture of earth and ice. By some magic or miracle, the trees are alive, their canopies thick with frosty leaves, their branches bearing purple pears that hang like ornaments. A low wall, broken in several places, threads its way through the grove. And that's what you can see from here.
Do you see that, Kola?
Yeah. Yep.
So the pears, I'm sorry, how high were they?
Sorry?
How high were the pears?
Oh god.
Oh, the pears, you could take them down.
Could I?
I mean, you can't see them, Grim. You're too far back right now to.
Okay. I'll
Step
get
over
closer
a little
then.
bit.
Yeah.
Do I?
I see them now.
As a dwarf, as a creature, used to living underground, can I tell instinctively? Are we still underground?
As far as you can
is
tell.
this grove still underground? Because obviously I'm still in a tunnel.
Don't you have a magic item that allows you to judge?
The Delver's staff tells us how deep we can get. The one that Trin has.
Oh.
Yeah, Falcro's really interested in seeing what's going on here.
Yeah.
There's
Was direction, known direction of staircase underground.
Okay. So, Trin, you can sense that you're definitely still underground. If Cola, audibly says something.
Yeah, I'll ask I'll ask them to use it to see, because this is weird to me.
Oh. Yeah, it is definitely. It is definitely underground still. It's just that this is a living grove deep underneath the ground.
Falcro turns to Grim and asks, were the Netherese skilled enough in magic that they could grow gardens in their city away from the actual embrace of nature?
You don't need to make a roll for that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And their
They could
magic
make
still
cities
lingers?
fly. Like, this is
Well,
nothing in comparison.
Still, it's for something to last this long, that long after fall, and the thing fell out of the sky.
Yeah. That's why we're going here.
I'm an inch further in and keep looking around.
So when you get to around there, you can hear what sounds like limbs blowing in a medium breeze, the creaking of the wood. But the source of the sound is the someone who seems to be stepping out of the tree. The tree actually sort of opens, and this woman who has her hair is sort of a dark color with a frosty rime on it, the same to match the leaves of the tree. Her eyes are purple like the pears that hang down, and her body is mostly nude, and it has Falcro, you would have encountered nymphs before or dryads before, and she looks very much like that. She steps out, and in first Elvish, in Wood Elvish, steps out and says, "Elf, who are you that has come to my grove?"
Well, the first thing Falcro does is he takes a knee and bows and says, "Daughter of the Woods, it is a pleasure to see you in this place."
"Oh, no need for such formality. Please, stand, and welcome all to my grove."
Yeah, he stands as he says, "I am Falcro, Ranger and Priest of Solinar, and these are my companions."
So Trin,
Grim.
you can't quite hear. You can hear Falcro's talking to some woman.
I'll try and get
Yeah, you guys are.
a peek around the corner.
You'll pick out when he says your name, but he says, something Grim.
So as soon as she
Cola.
sees Trin, she's and starts retreating back towards her tree.
No, my lady. Wait. He's a good no.
What is your charisma modifier, Falcro?
For the
Your reaction modifier.
+3.
That's 3, okay. Okay, she pauses and looks at you, and she says, "Is this some trick, Sir Elf?"
No, my good lady. I may be sheathed in dwarven armor, but I can attest
I mean
that
that. And she points at Trin.
we are here to save his clan from the touches of the undead beast that ravaged this place.
So he is not a servant of the Hungerer.
No, he is very interested in their destruction. And he has saved my life at least one time down here.
I see. Well, then, creature, welcome as well to my grove.
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you say that in Elven?
Trin
yes.
would be pretty sheepish and sort of looking around the corner, and
Falker will
you won't
translate.
understand what she's saying anyway.
Falker will translate, or anybody else that can speak Sylvan.
So what does he say?
just sort of,
What does Falkrol say?
He says the daughter of the woods, this dryad, welcomes you hesitantly, Trim. She is unsure of your allegiances, but
yeah, I wouldn't have thought I'd have seen anything like her, so I just sort of cautiously nod as well, sort of hang back.
I think that probably in Nolish culture, that like nature spirits and such are things that are either to be feared or mastered, more so than to be like, you know.
I think in general, Trin is definitely on the more cautious, nervous, scared sort
Yes.
of side of the.
He's a
coin,
rescue
I think.
Noel, so he's a little leery of new people.
Falker will turn to the group and say that this is her home. Do not anger her. These spirits can be fickle.
So
You
she
speak
says,
Netherese, my lady.
Elf, what is your name?
I'm Falkerol, Hawk Friend.
I'm Hathawin.
Hathawin. I've seen nymphs and dryads before as I traveled, but never spoken to one.
Wow. I have... And she stops and thinks, it has been many ages since I have spoken to any. So it is a pleasure. And to one who understands our language, too, and can speak it as conversantly as you. Those... and she kind of looks at Grim. Others debase this language. And she switches into Sylvan and it says a couple of words. Does Falkrol speak Sylvan?
He does the elven language Sylvan, he does?
No, the actual Sylvan tongue, the separate,
Oh.
like amongst the wood creatures and things like that.
He does not have that explicitly. He's only got the Sylvan elf tongue.
Okay, so she says a couple of words in a language you don't quite understand, and then she switches back to Elvish. She says, "You are not conversant with that."
I left before my the druids taught me much more. I felt a calling.
I see. What brings you all down here?
Well, if you've got a minute, or several, we can regale you the tale of the dangers that threaten the land above, and why we seek the Netherese ruins below.
Please. She seems eager to hear what you have to say, and she sort of invites you all to relax beneath her trees.
So, just in case you guys are wondering, Falkrol trusts this person implicitly. There's no question in his
Yeah.
mind.
The Colas.
Yeah, cool. Everybody else is like,
As you approach Cola, she turns and says, "Please, the
Falker
axes.
walking there first.
Leave the axes."
It's just
Falkrol just leaves his halberd right against the
I've already cast
wall.
protection from evil. Damn it.
And Falco, you would understand the context of, like,
Yeah.
the dryads, their lives are linked to trees. So,
Yeah.
It reminds me of something I said. Why dwarves use axes when they're in tunnels and pickaxes would be better. It's because elves live in trees.
yeah. So she's asked, through Falcarol, have the dwarf leave his axes.
The lady is hesitant to allow you near the tree with your axes, Gola.
Just for the record, I can't see her, right?
No, you can see her, absolutely.
Oh.
You all can. You,
I
you just can't. She's speaking in a language you don't understand.
Right. Here's a question. It's a bit meta, but do I know if, for spiritual weapon, do I have to be physically holding the weapon that is to become ethereal, or
Nope.
is it just... Okay, cool.
You literally conjure a
I
weapon.
literally conjure one, so I don't...
Yep.
Okay. I will... all right. I will reluctantly...
She puts it down and cackles to himself.
Don't need me axe.
Actually, I've already cast both castings of spiritual weapons, so I'm done anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll very reluctantly. You can even see, like, he puts down the axe of Laudiger. He puts down He puts down his master battle axe, puts down the hand axe.
Falcon will look at Grim and say, "Please do not fireball this area."
Tending to. Those fruits look kind of
She
inviting.
looks to you, Falcrel, and says, "Is this dwarf with the others?"
The other dwarfs?
Yes. The ones,
The ones
who
from
have
the valley?
traveled. I don't know of the valley. Since it's been a long time, but since we came to this place, I have not left my grove. My grove is my life. No, the other dwarves, and she gestures to the far side. They are keeping...
That way?
No. That... She shudders. That is to the worm. And that way you can see over there, Falcrel is actually going up at an angle. No, on the far side, there is a way down and there is a way back.
Are these dwarves dark of skin? Kind of grayish?
They are very difficult to tell from one another. I kept myself hidden. Dwarves and their axes, you know.
Yes. We are also looking for the deep dwarves, for they have stolen very dangerous crystal.
Oh?
Lots of it. They can poison the living and the trees.
Oh. Well, they fortunately have not. They've simply gone down the other passage, though they have disturbed those other things, the eyes that lurk below.
We do not know which lurks below. Are you trapped here?
I am not trapped. My trees are here, so I am here.
We had to walk past a very disturbing creature trapped in the ice.
Come inside. Wait not by the door. The eaves of my trees are relaxing.
You will gladly walk in.
Okay.
Enjoy the ambiance.
And it is incredibly. It's still cold and whatnot too, but there's a feeling of comfort that sort of washes over you as you come in.
Come, my friends.
I'm gonna watch him a little bit longer, and if he doesn't fall asleep or anything like that, it's not some hag in disguise. I'll come in later. But
No?
Only those who accept my welcome will benefit from my hospitality.
We could use the rest, my friends.
that's true.
And
Grim just gives up. He walks in there too.
you are immediately paid off for that by a feeling of like tromping in here, getting off of the stone. You haven't realized just how long you've been walking on ice and whatnot to get into here, into this softer, loamy kind of soil. Like,
Oh, so it's actually loamy soil?
yeah, like you flunk down, and it is incredibly relaxing. Sorry, Darren, I interrupted you.
No, I was just going to say that Trin is way too nervous to take up the invite, so he's going to hang back.
Hey, I'm picturing him like moving foot to foot too.
Yeah, he's looking over his shoulder, he's looking in the walls. He's like a nervous wreck at this stage, to be honest.
So, Cola, you sort of look back and see like Trin is really. What are you doing, Cola?
I'm kind of with Trin on this.
I don't like the fact that he's laid all his axes down here either.
Well, yeah, I laid them down. I didn't necessarily, but as soon as I laid them down, I like went to take a step and then like and look back at them, and I can't seem to leave them. Falcro, what? It's not like you to just trust something without any consideration. What are you doing?
We have not met many wordling creatures, my friend. And,
How do you know that it is what it says it is?
I have seen things like this before.
Yeah, we've seen a lot in these caves, none of which were pleasant or true.
It's a ranger thing.
Aha. It could also be a mind altering thing.
I'll give you that, but I do not sense any ill will from Hathaway.
Grim looks perfectly content, sitting down and sort of sprawled out underneath this tree, staring up at those purple pears.
What I'm gonna ask her, like, do you speak Netherese, my lady?
She looks at you, and the look on her face, and the quizzical, she's got very, very pale skin that has, like, now that you're up close, you can see there's fine lines as if it's, like, very carefully worked wood. That she's got her purple eyes set into black eyeballs, like purple irises, and then her hair seems to almost have a sheen of frost that just breaks ever so slightly when she moves. And she looks at you as if she doesn't quite understand. She says something back to you in Elvish that Falcarol, you can translate as, do you speak Elvish? Sylvan, perhaps? Or she says that it's not Sylvan, but it'll be whatever the word would be for the Dryads. And then she looks back at you, Falcarol. She says, I don't think he understands me.
No, I don't believe my companions speak the language we share.
She walks over to Grim, and she looks at you. And she says once again in Elvish, and she's very, very close. And there's there's a very slight sweet smell, not like citrus, but almost like pears. There's a very calming odor that hangs around her as she gets in close. And when she touches you, it's like almost room temperature wood. So just a little bit cooler than your skin, but not uncomfortable. And she says, this one is quite weary.
Yes. So I can't hear.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying this more than he probably wants to admit.
Yeah.
We battled long and hard to get here, and we've got much further to go, I believe.
And what is your intent? What is your goal down here? Surely not to just enjoy the fruits of my orchard.
No, my lady, this is just a great boon that we've stumbled across. We're here to try to destroy the undead, the vampiric gnolls that are terrorizing the land above.
The Hungerer.
Yes.
He has lurked down here. He has stalked, but I never let him see me.
It is good.
So you can tell, obviously, she's talking more likely about Tekeli Lee than about the things you're currently stalking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's probably not aware that we killed him already, but...
Yeah.
Did you want to share that information with her, or?
He'll tell her that we were here before, never this deep, to kill an ancient vampire, and then we're returning because his progeny had survived and are wreaking more havoc, less controlled than him.
And that is why you were here.
Yes.
So that one, and she gestures at Kola, he does not seek what is below, as with the other dwarves.
No. The only person that seeks something below is Grim here, but it is more ancient magics and understanding.
She looks at Grim once again and says something in a language that, once again, you don't understand, but Falcarol says, does he wish to find the city?
We all would. Finding it may help us in our greater fight. Are you familiar with the Auril, the goddess of winter? And
you would be familiar enough with dryads can be fonts of wisdom in some senses, but they're also geographically limited in their things. So their concerns are likely more contemplative and local than they are, with a grander.
So he'll change his explanation. There's a powerful deity that is seeking to influence the world and sweep across the world of winter that never ceases, and it will seize the warmth from all, and we seek to stop that.
Oh. Then you cannot undertake such a task while you are so diminished. And she gestures up, and the Eve seems to almost like bring down to her hand and leaves a purple pear and then offers it to Grim. And she says, will this one understand? And she looks at you and kind of does a like...
Yeah. It's like... And then I'll say to Falcro, this is, explain it's the custom to offer it to somebody else first as a sign of hospitality, and I give it to Falcro.
Falcro say, my good friend here is hesitant. He does not trust you as I do.
Oh, God damn it.
But
He doesn't understand what you're saying.
So she looks and she says, it is for him.
I understand. He
I smile and...
he is suspicious, my lady. But we
Then
have
he
good reason
must-
to be.
He must trust. That is for him.
And Falcor kind of looks at her and then at the fruit and then passes it back to Grim and says, it is for you.
Grim looks at it.
Oh, what the hell?
And then eats it.
So it takes a few bites.
I sincerely hope that the one time he actually listens to me does not end poorly for Grim.
The flavor of this is quite remarkable. Grim, you, being someone who grew up on the Sword Coast, you're at Candlekeep, so you do have access to a lot of knowledge, but I'm not sure it's a wildly exotic cuisine. But you have had the opportunity to have, say like fresh fruits from down south, some of the dried fruits from, say, Kalimshan, some of the sweeter grapes coming from Elven lands, all of which were preserved magically. I'm not sure you've ever bitten into a piece of fruit better than this. It is just the texture, the aroma, the flavor, the perfect texture, the perfect feeling of the skin on your tongue. It just very quickly, you gobble this whole thing up. Would you give us a D20 roll, please?
Ooh.
Dun, dun,
like-
dun.
Hold on.
Polo's watching this like, oh, I don't know.
The abuses we've been through, this can't be good.
17.
17. See, you feel a flush of power and warmth cut through you. First thing I'd like you to do is, if you have any attributes that are suffering from ability loss, every
Constitution?
single point is restored.
Oh my god, cool. Yep, Constitution goes back up to 11.
Yep, so make sure you adjust your
11.
hit points accordingly if necessary. Any dexterity loss, any strength loss, any con loss, all of that is restored in full. And until you rest, you are able to unleash a lightning bolt, as if you had prepared that spell at your level. So you, there's sort of a flush, and when you look up at her, she has a look of, she's like a pleased chef, right? Like for seeing someone enjoying their meal. And she says, and you can actually understand her now, and she says, do you feel restored?
I do, thank you, my lady.
And he's answering in common.
Yeah.
So you guys can hear that, but he seems to understand. She said something in Elvish that neither Trin nor Kola could understand, and he responded, I do, my lady. And yeah, Grim, you feel fantastic. Unfortunately, your hit points are still down.
Yeah, I'm waving everybody in.
Okay.
The Falcor just smiles and
Yeah. Kola takes a very hesitant step forward, still looking at his axes, or still looking at my axes, but I'm like, well,
So she looks up at Falcarol and says, you too have been diminished. And she gestures up and another purple pear, and she hands it to you.
Falcor takes it kind of reverently. I mean, not as reverently as he would treat like a priest of his own order, but he takes it and says, I would not have asked for myself, but if you offer, my lady, thank you.
You will need strength if you are to take on the winter. So would you give us a D20 roll, please?
will do so. An 11.
So, you bite into this, and the experience is very much, I think, having seen the reaction of Grim, maybe you thought yourself prepared, but again, like, this is, even amongst the orchards of the elves, there are elves who have dedicated their entire lives, their centuries of life, to crafting the perfect breed and growing the perfect fruit. It is still a pale comparison to this.
And Falgrill tries as hard as he can to enjoy it slowly and not gobble it up like Grim did.
Sure. Give us a save versus spell, please.
Come on. No success. Close.
You
Very
tried.
close.
Yeah.
You're like, ah.
It is just, and again, as with Grim, you can restore every single one of your lost ability scores.
That is awesome. I've got like
Falconel.
4 stats sorted down.
Okay.
Falconel, a little translation. How do we know that this is safe? What's her demeanor? What's her disposition?
So Falgrill ignores Cola for a second and just thanks the Dryad.
Yeah.
And just,
It's safe because I can shoot a lightning bolt now.
So, Falcrill, what you have, similar to Grim, you have also been left with a gift. Until the end of today, you have the opportunity to cast Sending once. It's a
Sending,
fifth
okay.
level wizard spell. Allows you to send a mental message to a single creature whose name and appearance are known to you. The recipient will recognize the caster if he knows him. The message must be 25 words or less. And so long as the person is not on a different plane, there's no chance of it failing.
yes. And then after he thanks the Dryad, he'll turn to Cola and say, not everything is our enemy, Cola. This is a boon for us down here. Come, be refreshed.
When most things down here have proven to be an enemy, this is just difficult to take in. But I will take another step forward.
Okay. So she walks over and looks down, and she says, "This one leaves his axes behind. He comes in peace?"
Indeed, he may trust me more than he trusts you, my lady, but he is not a bad dwarf.
Den. And she once again touches your face, and it feels, I think maybe you flinch a little bit, Cola. Does that sound right?
Oh, I'll flinch a little bit, yeah. But it'll just be like a...
Yeah. But as soon as she
leave it
touches,
there.
it's a, like, it definitely doesn't feel like skin, but it feels soothing when she touches, and she's looking down at you with those, black eyes with the violet irises. And again, like, gestures, and another one of the limbs comes down, another pair is delivered, and she turns and presents it to you, and she says, "Be restored."
I'll slowly, like, both hands, kind of look at it a bit, look to Falcro once more for reassurance, and I will take a very hesitant just bite
Okay.
out of it.
And I think that, as with the others, for Cola, dwarven, the way I picture dwarven food and dwarven, ale, the same way with the dwarven ale, because you've got that inherent, like, poison bonus. I picture it being
Right.
quite spicy, quite, it's a very strong flavors. And this is so different, but so wonderful from what your experience, what your normal experiences are. Having worked as a mercenary along the Sword Coast, you probably have had an opportunity to sometimes, there'll be dates you could have with your meal or, dried things. This is unlike anything I think you've ever experienced. And the combination of the perfect texture of this and the flush of restorative energy that flows through you is, you know now that to your dying day you will never eat another fruit like this one.
Yeah, I definitely am encouraged, and so I'll take another few bites. Like Falcarol, I seem to be like taking my time and savoring this, not out of any sort of innate, not out of any innate sense of reverence or awe, but more of just a. Well, it is awe,
Give us
but it's
a
more
save
of the
versus spell, and you
amazement.
don't get to add your dwarf bonus to it.
Okay, spell.
You're a cleric, so you got a pretty good save. But
I will. I'll -1 to cancel out the +1 modifier.
okay. Yeah. So you exercise your control and finish the entire thing off. Give us a D20 roll, please. Cola.
Oh no.
You rolled a 1.
I don't know what's good or bad
Oh,
here.
5.
Okay. One
Yeah, but
moment.
it's superior
So
to
first
the
off,
action.
the first
He
thing
gets none
is
of the effects, and he's just like, "Oh, it's a nice
you're
pair."
restored for all of your any lost attributes. All those are back now.
Woohoo! Full constitution.
No, right?
Where's Tom's body? We're dragging that along, right?
I fear.
Any characters not present right now will be benefiting from this. They will not get the
good.
gift of it,
Cool.
but everyone, this is the one exception I'm making to the if you're not here, it doesn't happen to you. Everybody who has lost attribute points will regain them because of you guys meeting Hathwin.
Okay. I also feel like it would be really a special cruelty to not not give poor Tom those if we were here and he comes back and is like, haha.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, has Lex lost anything?
I think he got a few dex points drained from the witch's avatar where they're icy things.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So, okay, so bear with me. I'm just trying to figure out what this is going to be here.
Got my 10 hit points back. Yes.
Okay, so Cola, what you have is effectively it is going to be the effect will be vicious mockery that you can use until the end of the day. But the way I'm going to translate it is as if you are making use of a magic missile cast at your level, as if you were a wizard. That's how much damage it'll do, and then as a wizard,
Hold on. Let me write this
what
down.
level are you right now?
I'm 7.
7th level. So I think you've got
4 missiles.
4 missiles. Because the math is weird on it. 4 missiles. So it'll be as if you do 4d4 plus 4 damage. And then they will also, the target will also suffer a penalty for its actions that round. So almost the reluctance and the sort of anger that you were feeling towards this potential threat, that's been balled up into one small little bit of magic that you can unleash on someone.
Good old-fashioned dwarven swear words.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
So, and she once again says something to you, Cola. Now you can understand her as well, and she says, "Do you feel restored?"
I do. I look at Falcarol. What is the proper form of address? Well, I've been
Halfling.
hearing you in common saying, "My lady," right?
Well, he would have been speaking
Oh yeah, I
himself.
wouldn't have.
When
heard,
you say
but-
that to her, she just turns to you, Cola. She seems to be able to understand you now, and says, "Hathwin, I'm Hathwin." Grim, you can all likewise understand this now. And she says, "Please, if your friend is a foe of the hunger and would stand against the winter," and she's gesturing towards you, Trin. You don't understand what she's saying, but the others seem to be sort of on board with her now.
Falcor will look over and say, "There's no danger here, Trin."
Do gnolls even eat fruit? I don't even know.
Gnolls are for sure omnivorous.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Trin hasn't got to the grand age of 9 by trusting anybody. I'll question sort of through Falcor. can I take it away, this fruit, for another time?
Falco doesn't even ask Hathaway. He's like, it's likely her fruit won't work past her grove.
Is it? What he's going through his head is that she's charmed all of them, and there's something dodgy. He don't trust this place and anyone in it other than the people that have saved him up to now. So he's hanging back. He can see how happy they all seem, but he's just really nervous and anxious.
So the one who does not seem changed is Falcarol. Or at least from the way from the time he initially saw this thing until now.
Yeah.
She looks down at you, Falcarol. She says, "Why does he not come?"
He is young and skittish. He has his short life has known not much but violence and yes.
I cannot offer protection from here, for my grove is fragile.
Indeed.
But I can offer comfort. And she looks at tell him, how might I convince him?
Okay. Doc will say, Trin, she asks, what would convince you that she is not going to hurt you?
Good question. I would be more convinced if we weren't in this place. I don't see how someone so kind, or supposedly so kind and pure, could exist in such a place. I feel trickery of the mind, and he's still looking at the walls and the things he's been hearing up to now.
Valkyrie nods and says, it's hard to believe that the light can exist in the dark. I understand. And he'll say that to the Dryad. He says, Milady, we're surrounded by evil, and he distrusts the light that you give off here.
She sort of nods. She says, my grove persists only from the magics of the grove's creator. This is not me that keeps this grove alive. It is the magic of the precursors.
Is that magic fading, or is it strong?
It is strong. My grove has stood for thousands of years and will continue to stand. I will continue to watch, though lonely that watch may be.
I'm going to get up and leave the grove to go to Trin to show that I'm not charmed, so I can just leave if I want to.
Yeah. As soon as you step underneath the, out from the eaves, the sort of, it reminds you of like, oh fuck yeah, it's cold down here. But yeah.
Come on. See, if I were charmed, I wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Yeah, he looks like he's like the brain's ticking over, and he's trying to process it all. So he reluctantly moves forward, and so he can have a closer look, etc.
Okay. So you get closer, and she moves closer towards you, Trin, and you're much taller than what she is. But she looks up, and she's this one is young.
Very.
He also carries a burden.
In fact, we'll translate for you. Hell.
And
he'll nod.
She carefully puts her hand out and gestures as if like, come, because I'm picturing you're sort of at the edge of where the eaves of the trees are.
Yep.
She says, please.
Has Trin ever stopped on soft, lonely soil before? I imagine you're in like a tundra wilderness and...
I mean, in summertime, the Icewind Dale does thaw. Like, it's not frozen 24 so. And if he's 9 years, he's seen definitely like the summer. And that's maybe the what hits you, Trin, is like this feels like natural earth in here somehow in the depths of this glacier. And I'm not. You've seen trees before, because there are, like, you know, pine trees up in the ice in parts of the Icewind Dale, but nothing like this before. Nothing with these beautiful, luscious leaves. The fruits, the scent of the fruits and of her are unlike anything you've ever experienced before. All calming, though. None of it feels unnatural, or in the same way that thing in the wall, those writhing tentacles, were so unnerving. This has the reverse effect, not only in the sense that this is more relaxing, but also it does not feel compelled. It feels more like settling into an oasis, as it were.
Okay. Yeah, so again, looking at the walls, sniffing at the air, that's his sort of tell that he's nervous. He sniffs at the air for trying to test it almost to make sure it's real. And
she reaches behind her, and again the limb kind of comes down, and a pear is dropped into her hand and seems to come off of it, and she holds it out towards you for you to smell.
Yeah, he'll sniff at it.
Yeah, it smells. It's not your first choice. There's no meat in here,
yeah.
But it smells pleasant, and it smells. I'm trying to think of what the. Because Knowles, I expect that maybe the most tender memories you may have is as a pup. You know, like sort of the play fighting that you learn to sort of get yourself accustomed. That's sort of the sense memory that comes from that. Is, you know, in a pile with your colleagues or your friends or your family, you know, all wrestling over you, of course, being the runt of the litter, as it were, to being, you know, on the bottom of it. But yeah, that's sort of the type of comforting feeling that you have. It just says to you can't understand it, but Falcor, you can hear, she says, "Please share and be restored."
Okay, well, he'll take one last look at Kolar and Falcor as the people that have basically kept him alive or brought him back from the death multiple times already during this caverns, and he'll look for reassurance, and then he'll sort of finally give up and reach forward.
As a gnoll, I'm picturing that you're going to just the whole thing, as opposed to
don't mess about.
So give us a D20 roll, please. I can't remember. I think Trin has lost some Constitution as well, right?
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. So then.
He rolled a 1. He rolled a 1.
Yeah. So first off, any lost attributes are all restored as you taste this. And I think for you, this is, you know what it tastes like is, I think it tastes like something that would make anything else taste better. In and of itself, like you have a preference for meat more so than this kind of thing, but it's the kind of thing that brings accents to all the flavors that you enjoy that I don't think would have ever experienced otherwise before. So it is something that is going to likely, it may not impact you now, but going forward as you experience other kinds of strange cuisines from these bizarre creatures, you're going to appreciate more the breadth of variety that can be found on your palate. And
Nice.
let's see. You also, she looks at you, and now you can understand her tongue. Do you feel restored?
He sort of almost looks at himself, a bit puzzled by what's happened, and he just sort of gingerly nods and yes.
She nods. So once between now and end of day, you may cast Okay. A druidic form of prayer. So what this does is, when you cast it, it's a 1-round casting. It has a duration of 1 round per level, so it'll be 4 levels in your case. Three levels or 4 levels? You're 4th level right now, right?
4, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 4 rounds, granting you and all your allies +1 to hit, damage, and saving throws, and -1 to those same things for your enemies.
Nice.
So the grace of the grove will be granted to your allies once per day, or once until before the end of today. So with that, you guys also feel you've eaten for the day now, so you feel completely restored for that. You also, well, I guess, what do you wish to do next then?
Well, having found the Dryad here, and knowing she's been alone for so long and in danger, and hiding from things, Frockerl, he's feeling very generous towards her and thankful. So he asked her if she's ever traveled far from her trees and explored the area.
No.
Are you guarding the grove? Can you not leave?
Well, I mean, your character would know they are linked to the grove, to their trees, right? They don't, Dryads don't travel or whatnot. They are more akin to spirits than they are living creatures or flesh and blood creatures. Okay. They have a spiritual connection to it. They can travel far, but they are, I mean, in the same way that, like, if you had a fairly fragile, immobile thing to which your lifeline is linked, you wouldn't want to leave that unattended.
And is she just bound to one of these trees or the grove itself?
One of the trees.
Okay. He asked if there was a way that he could show her the sky at least one more time. Maybe take a seed from her tree and plant it above, and maybe she could visit it.
So she thanks you for that, but it's not. If you wish to plant a new grove, she, I think picks up the remnants of one of the pears that you guys had and sort of picks the seeds out, and will wrap that up in a leaf for you. But they don't reincarnate through their trees. If another dryad manifests through that tree, that's fine.
Yeah, he says my deity is a hunter and of the sky, and it sorrows me that you cannot see it down here. So I will do what I can to.
If the grove, what she explains is that her life is the grove. She is lonely and she appreciates the hearing news of above, but the grove is her home. Where the grove is, she is.
So these trees are not native to the area, right? Like, you're not going to find a tree like this?
100% definitely not, no.
So he says that perhaps when I grow in power, I can use these trees to travel and visit by finding those like it.
You would always be welcome.
Okay.
Calder, you've got herbalism, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, give us a herbalism check.
Where the hell is it? There it is.
Yeah, these kind of trees, these are things that grow, like, way far to the south. These are things more in, like, the Halrua or, like, Kalimshan or that kind of region.
I'll convey that, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'll be amazed that these are here, but by now I'm kind of kind of understanding.
What you would also tell is, I think like it would be like growing these naturally. If you just plant these outside, these trees are not going to grow.
No.
But with proper shepherding and appropriate care, there's nothing to stop you from growing these things in a more controlled environment.
Did we ask her how it is that her grove, like, is she bothered by or pestered or assaulted by the other forces that are with whom she shares these caves? Like, how is it that she has managed to protect her grove?
The hunger has come down in past, but whatever it sought, it, for one, I never revealed myself to it, and it did not seem to concern itself with the trees.
And, which way did it go?
From where you came.
Have you, besides you have the dwarves, anybody else been down here?
The worm, the dwarves.
Any people who dress maybe like me? I'm thinking the Arcane Brotherhood search parties.
It has been since the fall. I have not seen any. She gestures to you. Any like you?
Okay. If you do see any like me, they're assholes. Don't trust them.
You'll see Kola kind of like suddenly like start rummaging through his pack. He doesn't seem to have. He seems to be driven by a sense of purpose, but doesn't seem to have a specific intent or goal yet. But he's just like suddenly.
Okay.
He's like, I swear, I have something. I must have something. And he like, all he can manage to think about is like his flask of like maybe 4 ounces of dwarven ale that he has left. And he hastily kind of like
pour it out
to her to both hands and holds it up to her, and he says, "A payment for your aid."
Okay, she nods and takes it and sort of sniffs, and she looks at you, Falcor, and she says, "Is it poison?"
Many have called that in my time, but it is made from the fermented remains of plants and fruits. In small quantities, no. It tastes foul, but it lightens the mood.
She turns back to you, Cole, and says, "Thank you." She takes a swig of it, and she has the reaction of like a kid who tastes beer for the first time, you know? And she looks at you, she says, "You mean this as a gift?"
It's all I have. It's you understand. I am grateful, and it is customary to offer a gift in gratitude for a gift. I have nothing else.
Your gift is appreciated, but perhaps too strong for me. And she hands it back. She says, "I am most grateful, and your gift is accepted with a welcoming heart."
I take a small sip. It hasn't gone bad.
Yeah.
I'll put it away with a shrug.
Falco will look around. Is there any plant life here other than trees?
No.
Falco, he'll ask her, are you able to support other plant life down here?
There is an enchantment on the grove. It is not within my control for what is grown.
Would it affect another plant if it was placed here?
I don't know.
Would you permit me to try?
What are you trying to do?
I have a dose of tundra lichen that might spruce up the place. That, I don't know.
So remember how lichen grows, though, right? Like lichen grows off of by dissolving stone and kind of growing on that.
Well, trees should be safe.
No, but what I'm saying is there's no stone here.
There's not? Aren't there stone walls?
On the walls, you can try and cultivate it. If you've got a spell that may allow that to take effect. And I guess the other question is, have you done anything to keep the lichen alive since you captured it? or took
Well,
it?
other than get it wet occasionally, no.
Okay. So are you just like leaving it there or what?
If she would accept it, yeah.
I mean,
Maybe she could figure out how to grow it.
I think if you show her what it is, I don't think she would object to you leaving some of it here,
Okay.
if you wish, but it's not like, I mean, you're effectively giving her a roommate that she didn't ask for.
Well, she said she's lonely.
Is she?
Right, but like, you understand that a dryad is different from lichen.
Well, yes.
Maybe you should ask
Like a
for
dryad is not a
Falcro.
tree. They are intimately connected with it. So she'll take it again as like she doesn't quite understand what the intent behind the gift is, but she will welcome it.
Just a gift.
Okay. So, guys, I see we are at our mid-session right now. Why don't we take our mid-session break, and then we can consider what you guys wish to do next, and then we'll come back, and then Hathwin will turn into the hag that she... I mean, I'm sure nothing bad will happen in this. Trin, the one time you trust people will not go wrong. So we'll be back momentarily, folks.
Okay. Glad that turned out okay.
Yeah, no kidding. I had my suspicion it probably would, but you know,
Well,
never can be too cautious. And
yeah, coming across woodland creatures is kind of rare, so
yeah,
yeah. The moment I was like, "You smell leaves," I'm like, "Don't be suspicious."
well, given how everything else has worked in this cave, I assumed that it was going to be you smell leaves, and then all the rest of us see or smell something different.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, no. Well, what
Now-
I'm thinking too is we might be able to just camp out here if need be, but I don't know. If
Well,
they did
Haven't
say
pissed her off, so But the thing is, she did say that they come by and she hides herself. But
That's true. Yeah, so maybe not. But
I do have a way of creating semi-permanent hallucinatory terrain that looks like
nice.
a forest, just to haven't prepped it. So
interesting.
So I do have create campsite, so we can do it without harming our area. But yeah, I don't like her trap down here though. It's Wonder if we kill that worm, can we bypass that Father Limerick guy? I don't want to go by him again.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because he said the worm is that way, and he said it slopes up. Maybe it goes the hole we saw.
Oh yeah, there's a hole like towards the entrance too. So like, I think if there's probably several like layers of it, and like but yeah, I mean, maybe it'd be worth trying to sneak past a worm than trying to sneak past Father Limerick. I don't know.
Well, yeah, the hole in that floor was before the wall. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, painful, agonizing, fiery death digested by a worm, or facing Father Limerick. Agonizing death.
In theory, the worm might not be there, and you could climb out the hole.
That's true.
Without, if you're lucky. It might not be there when you try and climb up, but there's a good chance it would.
The dwarves might have something too. They have a tunnel or something that they've been digging.
Yeah, most of our black ice that they stole.
Well, yeah, assuming they're Dwargar, that's a good point. Yeah.
I sincerely hope they're Dwargar, not just other dwarves that are just plotting against everybody. That would be bad.
Could be allies. Not everything has to be nasty, right?
I think we found our exception for the next couple sessions.
That's probably a good point.
Of course, we could have pissed her off and then died. I mean, the tree animates and slams you with a chunk. You take 66 points of damage. I'm running.
Yeah. That reminds me of when I was playing D&D with a bunch of people who had never played it before, or hadn't played it in a long time, and we were doing 2d6 reaction rolls, and they ran into a group of skeletons, and they got a natural 12 on that reaction roll. So these things were super friendly to them, and they decided to attack them. And it was like, oh, guys, like,
yeah,
like half of them died.
Training your players that not everything needs to be attacked is one of the hardest things you can do.
Yeah, they were like, these skeletons were like dancing with them and everything, and like trying to like play with them. And it's like, nah. They're like, I'm gonna spill some of my holy water on it. I gave them a second reaction roll to be like, okay, do they think it maybe was a mistake? Because but yeah, the second reaction roll was like an attack roll. So I'm like, well, this is what happens. Yeah. No,
how would you react if somebody spilled acid on you? Ooh, it was an accident. No, it wasn't.
No, I know. I was being very generous with that. I probably should have just had them.
Yeah.
They say they try to make it look like it was kind of an accident, but yeah.
No. I know the skeletons ain't got no brains in their head, but come on.
Yeah, I know. I was being generous.
All right, sorry about that, guys.
That's right.
It is so nice out, and Anna got her breakfast. She did not want to come back in again. So, and my level of control over her is about the level of control that I have over where you guys go. So, it's a lot of Anna, come in, come on, treats, come in. Me putting on shoes, and then she comes running in. So.
Clever.
What she smart as a fucking whip. There's this funny thing that I've set something up so it won't happen anymore, but she in our backyard there's a metal gate that like looks out onto the street, and what she'll do is bark at people out there, but she's trained so that when she gets anxiety or whatnot, she'll pick up a ball. So she barks with a ball in her mouth. But sometimes that ball slips out as she's barking, and it'll go under the gate. So she'll come running up like, Timmy's in the well, to me, and bark at me at the, because my desk faces out in the backyard, to let me know that, oh my God, Dad, it's gone under the fence again. And this went on for, when we had our last warm spell, it happened about 5 times in a day. And I was like, all right, I'm putting fucking, I've got some stuff on the bottom of the gating now, so it will not happen again. But that was a very fun game for her. Very clever little girl. So anyway, speaking of clever little girls, what do you guys wish to do next? Hathwin is happy to have you stay and wander her groves. You guys can feel free to walk around this chamber and see just how far it goes and where the other exits go.
Definitely, Falcor will take a look around.
Okay. So I said there's that big one that's about 10, 15 feet across. It's that hole that leads up.
We were discussing if that could get us past Father Limerick. And consensus is possibly fiery, agonizing, digested death, but maybe preferable to the alternative.
Mm-hmm.
In which direction were the dwarves? Down to the southwest, or
dwarves were over here?
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything over here?
Did she say that tunnel was actually made by the worm, or just leads to the worm? Oh.
Made by. They are quite large. Okay, so let me tell you what else is in here. All right.
So there's an entrance to the east.
So there is a chamber. This over here is a little nave. Hold on, let me. Maybe things. Drives me fucking nuts that they. I mean, whatever. It's a little thing, but they leave every token on these pre-made maps on the token layer, as opposed to putting them on the DM layer.
Should be in the DM layer.
So that's why. Because I saw a creature earlier, I was like, "Oh shit! I didn't mean to like jump the gun."
No, and that's the thing. And like, there are times where they put stuff on the other layer, and it's just I really. I mean, whatever. Like it's six of one, half dozen of another. But I really wish they would just prefer to put everything on the DM layer and allow the DM to reveal it. But
for sure,
small
but
thing.
Like also, we're perfectly fine to be like I am mature enough to understand that was not in fact there.
Yeah, and I mean, unsurprisingly,
right?
you may have figured there's a substantial amount of stuff I've changed as we've been playing through too.
Yeah.
So let's see here. There's that room, and then. That's the one where Falcor dies. It says it in the book here. I don't know what.
Death.
Yeah. All right. So there are two larger chambers that are on the side here. One over here. Oh, come on. There we go. One over here, and then one over here. But this is a chamber that goes. That's what she says is the way down.
Which one?
Right over here.
Okay, that one. Yeah,
that is the way down. That is where the eyes. That's from which they came, and they have gone back down there. She says she hears them speaking sometimes.
The eyes. Falcor will describe those, like eye thing, the death gaze things that they found in the upside down tower. Is those what she's talking about?
Yes,
that's probably what she's talking about. Yeah, Nothix.
Correct.
If we need to get to the city, Grim, that's the way we go.
Yep, it is. But I'm curious, what's over this way? I'm pointing to the east.
To the east, in here.
Yeah.
More of the. Hold on. Let's see. Here. There we go.
$2d6 skeletons.
She shakes her head in this one. I would not go in there.
Fair enough. Thank you, my lady.
She nods. I would also not, if Trin's going by here, I would not go in there either.
Any reason why, my lady?
They have been touched by the evil brought by the hunger.
Well,
then it seems that's precisely where we should be going.
Those are the ones that
stop it.
Seek the essence of the living, right? So vampires.
The ones that look like him, I'm pointing to Trin, but they're
no. The essence of, not the creatures.
We don't care then.
No, hold on. The essence of the hunger, I think she means the source that is turning these gnolls into the vampires. That could very well be the trigger, the thing that has caused all of this. In other words, the thing that could end it all.
She looks. What does he mean?
Not sure.
I thought the thing that was turning into them were other vampires. I thought at this point, I thought we already killed Tequila Lee, so.
But what? Well, then, I've already forgotten her name.
Hathwin.
Hathwin, yeah. Lady Hathwin, what do you mean by the source of the hunger?
When I have strayed from my grove into these, I can feel the presence. It permeates this ice like a bad flavor in water. And that extends to there. My grove is safe. And there, it is the presence of that thing.
Dockrell says maybe the waters that flow from the thing beyond the ice wall touch those places?
Perhaps. You should also not, and Falco, you would know this too, like, druids aren't omniscient either. She's quite limited in her understanding of stuff too, so don't take what she's saying as necessarily objective truth. It's from her perspective in her limited experience. This is a dryad who seems to have been, thousands of years ago, her grove was part of a magical, like some magical botanist put together something for the city. This may have even been part of some private, garden, and then it just so happens that it found itself here.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to do it from Falco's perspective. Like, he reveres nature spirits like this, even though he knows they're not omniscient.
Yeah.
So,
well, not even not omniscient.
Word.
I think you're aware too that they don't necessarily they have a connection, definitely a deep and spiritual connection to their things, but they can't even muster the sort of rudimentary, senses of magic that say Grimm can, or that Grimm would have learned in his as a rudimentary first sort of lesson in in his training. So her reading of that chamber is not necessarily based on any sort of supernatural or preternatural understanding. It's just her impression. Okay. Just so I'm not overstating the mysterious lady's knowledge. I mean, Trin always suspected her anyway, but I mean,
I think a good kind of like confusion is generally good for the characters.
I mean, the way I look at it is we're already looking for vampire gnolls, and I don't want to be seeking out other trouble that we're not sure, because it might be the source of a hunger, or it might be this. Like, it seems awfully risky at this point. It's my personal take.
So you want to avoid the rooms?
Yes, I do. Yep. I mean, if she said that some of the gnoll vampires came down, they're fine, but she didn't, so fuck it.
Honestly, in the film version of Campaign, Grimm may not be. He's like played by Jessica Chastain, but voiced by the guy who did Badger from Firefly. Yeah. I can't remember what the actor's name is.
Mark Sheppard.
Yeah.
It would fit because Mark Sheppard is in literally everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, we did promise Trin to help him with killing these vampiric gnolls, and delving deeper into the Netherese ruins may not be strictly towards that goal. So,
and the going into the Netherese ruins could always remain, like, that option does not disappear. Well, I mean, it does if we die, but
or you collapse a place with your bring.
Yeah. Well, you need to find the gnolls. I agree. I just don't think that's the way to do it.
Okay. I just thought, if this is a corrupting force that has caused the gnolls to become what they are, then destroying the source could eliminate and prevent this problem from ever happening again.
So Falcarel knows, because he's an undead, they're a favored enemy. I mean, you have some understanding of how these kinds of feral spirits that is spread. The origin of the sort of vampiric curse, as it were, is just lost to the ages. It's something that's been around since, there were dragons that could feed on the life force of other dragons, dating back, tens of thousands of years. So this is not like in my day job we would call it sui generis, where it's springing out from nothing. It's unlikely that this thing became a vampire because of some malign influence, a la Strahd von Zarevich type thing.
Falcarel will say the hunger may be a problem, but it's not. It doesn't cause the vampire problem. It could be using them towards its own benefit, but as far as I know, vampiric curses travel with the bite.
And the feeling you got from seeing the seed of Father Limic up ahead in the legends of the Goliath, if you did want to place the source somewhere, I mean, that was one of the most insidious things you've ever encountered. Grimm has been having dreams about it since first seeing it.
I'm looking forward to those. Mm-hmm.
Could we
say,
Lady Hathwin, would it be a great imposition for us to, we are safe in your grove. Would it be a terrible imposition to ask that we take some time here and rest our...
She says...
We have already done so much to restore us, but some time to rest would also provide other restoration that could be useful.
She nods. She says, I know the dwarves travel through here at times, but I cannot recall how often. You are welcome to stay, though and she's trying to find a tactful way of saying this. I think, Falcar, what you would know is that their primary interest is in protecting the trees. She's not going to fight for you, nor is she probably terribly capable in a fight. Mm-hmm. There's a reason that they just hide themselves in the trees. Dryads are definitely nature spirits and infused with primal kind of power. Yeah. They're not really all that powerful, though.
Yeah, and lacking wild animals to influence to help them in this particular area she needs to hide.
Or allies like ants or other things, it's just... Or
fair enough.
Yeah.
No, that's totally fair.
So, Falcar could you would know that as well in terms of the things. She is happy to have you. She doesn't caution her welcoming of saying, of course you can make yourself welcome, but Falcar would know that,
she won't defend us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm not suggesting, when I say we're safe here, I'm not suggesting that she has power to protect us, mostly just that we know that she is not a threat, and plus this is a comparatively temperate and warm and comfortable place. The first time we've had genuine comfort like this for quite a while now, so I thought it'd be,
well, it's also, it's not a terribly terrible place to have a fight either.
No, there's walls here, obviously we would have to, if we were to camp here, we would not be able to, out of respect, we wouldn't be able to have a fire, but it's also warm enough that we may not need one.
Cole's okay, I got the fire.
Casually walks over, grabs his axe again.
She has been down here a very long time. There are stories we could probably share of the upper world and what's been happening since the city fell.
This is true.
That would take hours. So
I would I still have a lightning bolt I want to use. I think
that we would not be able to regain any charges on the ring of Baranor, though, because one of the prerequisites is explicitly not just a shared meal with new friends, but it must be over a hearth or a fire. So unless you're going to count my Cola's pipe smoking as a hearth,
the fire water you shared.
Yeah, true. But it would still be Cola needs some spells, man.
Yeah, I don't think. I still want to use my lightning bolt.
Well, we could get into a fight and come back.
I was gonna say, is there a happy medium that we could
I think
check one tunnel out and then come back?
I'd say the dwarf. I think I vote for the dwarves. Let's go see what they're doing.
Okay. Because you're right. I forgot. We would lose our special little bonuses we just got if we took a rest.
And I don't think we're gonna get a second gift of that back if we had another.
No. So
that's my guess.
Let's just quickly do an inventory though. Like, for all seriousness, like I've got one cure moderate, and that's it. I don't have potions.
I got a cure mod and a cure serious, and I've got 2 potions on me.
Got 1 potion, lightning bolt, a fireball, a charm monster, and a sleep spell. So actually, the sleep could be used on the dwarves if they came to it.
Yeah, don't look at me.
Well, you got that prayer spell.
Any of that stuff. Yeah, I got a prayer spell.
See, I got a spiritual hammer to spell magic.
Itching to use.
Right, okay, let's go. Let's go see some dwarves.
The last time we fought dwarves, they had plate mail. Hopefully these don't.
Play don't do you so good if you're sleeping.
Do you guys wish to ask her about anything about these dwarves before?
I thought she said she couldn't tell the difference if whether they were Duergar or regular or.
Well, she couldn't tell
dwarves.
that, but there's probably other information she may be able to.
Yeah, like what were these dwarves wearing? Like, did they have any sort of indication of a heraldry or a symbol that they carried with them?
She looks at Falcarol, kind of confused by what he's asking, and says, there were.
Actually, here's an important question.
3 dressed, that sort of gestures to you, Cola, and sort of like your armor. 3 like you, and 1 more, and she gestures at Grim, like her.
So some sort of priestess. Did any of them carry, if they had weapons of any kind, or even their armor, was it made of metal? Or was it made of
And axes. I hid from them. Always dwarves and their axes.
It is a popular ornament among my people, that's true. They may have been carrying armaments or armor or other pieces of equipment that were made from another substance. It may have looked more like a hardened stone or ice than true metal. Did you see anything of that? Black in color, yes.
Yes, 1 did carry a staff that seemed to be of that.
Was it a dwarf that was carrying the staff and the robes?
Yes.
I look at Falcarol and...
Dwarven priest with black ice.
And Falcarol, you can see my face is like... obviously trying to give a sense of ominous purpose to this and seriousness, but at the same time you can even still see that slight twitch that you're not sure if it's like Cola now has a vendetta against everybody who has black ice because of the shit he's been put through because of this damn substance, or if it's like black ice, I can get some black ice.
So there's also one. Here's some information that Cola would know as well. The dwarves on the surface. I think for most people, you would never ever think of there being a dwarven spellcaster or dwarven wizard. Just not the kind of thing that the dwarves are into. The deep dwarves, however. The deep dwarves are a very different breed, and the centuries and if not millennia they've spent underground and their devotion to a much darker and more twisted deity, something outside of the dwarven pantheon. It has led them to cultivate powers that are not found in the dwarves who live closer to the surface.
You're saying there could be Dwargar wizards?
Or other things. Other things completely unknown to those who live on the surface. That's the legends, at least, that Cole is aware of. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it's wearing a staff, I would caution against assigning a specific class to that, because it may be very different from what you anticipate.
Well, yeah, I'm just going off Falcor's knowledge, so like a priest. Because I don't want dwarves throwing fireballs. That's terrifying.
Or worse things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep in mind what else dwells down in the depths of the Underdark and the things they master.
Falcor doesn't go down there.
Mind flayers, Aboleth, Darrow.
Screw it. Let's go down there. We'll beat the Night Below before they get to the Underdark.
So this is just what Colin knows of, and like a lot of it is through legendary and whatnot. But this is part of the reason why the Dvergar are so feared, is because they it's a similar relationship between like the surface elves and the Drow, but you know. The Dvergar still have the dwarven determination, the dwarven militarism, and the ingenious way of building things to suit those purposes. So, and the other thing, this is something you could safely metagame. If there are only 4 of them, and they've got themselves this far down here and have made it to the city and back, what do you think their capabilities are?
Yeah.
Those are actually 2 of my questions, like how often or how many of them are there? And then were they taking the tunnel down?
Time
further?
is really difficult for her to judge. They have more than twice less than 10.
So, I mean, like, do they ever come more of them than those 4? Like,
No.
Has she seen them with others? And they go down the tunnel that goes down below?
Yes.
I think, friends, that we need more information about this before we. It may be reckless. My dark cousins are not exactly to be trifled with, and
The dark cousins with black eyes.
if they are in possession of black ice, then they will be then they must be dealt with and stopped. But
Cola goes running forward. I'm on your team.
Give me that staff.
Grim wants to meet these Dwergar face to face. He's always been impressed by them, so he's actually looking for you. Like,
Cola can tell you, like, that type of attitude is childish. It is the kind of thing. They are not. Yeah, they are exceedingly cruel, and in the ways that dwarves are taciturn and stubborn and slow to change their minds, and
I can't really blame Grim though. He grew up in a library and romanticized.
No, and that's exactly it. Like you would be
Grim,
seeing them through
Grim,
that.
I'm telling you, Grim. Remember, think back to when we were dealing with my uncle and my clan. What a smattering of that black ice did to dwarves who were otherwise noble creatures, noble men and women, and the level of cruelty that they devised and imposed upon others, and the machinations for power and dominance. Now take that and assume that is the basic state of existence for these dwarves, and then add to that the fact that they've got this black ice. The tenacity and cruelty that they would visit upon anyone who would, threaten them, such as us. I'm not eager to face that.
Well, I'd rather face it face to face than have it on our backs. If we keep, that's my concern. If we go down there, they follow us backwards. I'd rather get the jump on them than the other way around.
One other thing that Cola can share.
yeah.
It is said that every one of the Dvergar is gifted with the ability not only to magically alter their size, but to vanish as well.
So yeah,
Okay.
let's go get him.
This is metagaming a little. Well, I don't even think it is. This is not metagaming. The DM is signaling very, very loudly and clearly.
No. What I want to make sure is that you guys, because your characters would be aware of this, right? Like which is not metagaming to say that. Okay, think of what you've gone through to get here. You don't know what path that these things, because you don't know yet of how those things got here. They would have likely passed similar gauntlets. And for them to be able to pass that, and also to make the plunder down to the depths below, there is likely a level of competency. And if you guys do wish to face them, you may want to be treating that level of threat with the according caution, a level of caution.
So you're fighting undead right now.
Yeah, and I'd rather fight them, get an ambush on them, than have them ambush us.
If we are to face them, then I absolutely want to do everything we can to build whatever advantage we possibly can. I completely agree.
Lightning bolt's really awesome.
Here's something that Grim would also know. Remember, lightning bolts, they ricochet.
Yeah, but and if they ricochet and they hit back, then they have to make 2 saving throws, and otherwise they only suffer, because if they only make 1, they still suffer full damage.
You seem to be missing one potential consequence of the ricochet.
Yeah, ricocheting. Lightning is not exactly discerning about or particular about the targets it hits.
Have you seen a lot of clear and open straightaways down here?
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying.
It's 120.
No, but your character, you're
so...
selectively choosing to metagame one aspect of it. Let's see that through.
No, I'm not metagaming. It's just
the thing is, your character, knowing as a wizard, would know too. It's going to reflect back.
Good, yeah, it's a possibility.
So just be aware of that. Yeah. That's how that spell works. So
just because you got a new gun doesn't mean you need to shoot it yet.
With all of that in mind, so what do you guys have been talking about this stuff? Cole has shared his information about the Dvergar. Falkrill's shared the information of what she, the likelihood of protection for that she would be offering here. Grimm's expressed his interest in again facing these things before they can spring a trap on you guys. Do you have any other things you want to ask Hathwin, or how you want to plan your next step? What are you guys thinking?
This might have been pretty obvious, but did we ask her if she knows, or have we established for sure that the route that the dwarves went on is the route to the city?
No, she said it was to the south.
2 different places. The dwarves have passed through here. The dwarves seem to go back over this direction.
Okay.
This is the direction towards the city.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's also the direction to Nothix too, so we might have to deal with them down there. But
so that way,
Nothix are dwarves.
There
was also there was a stairwell over here.
That is not a stairwell. That is the wormhole.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind. We're not going that way.
Well, we can ask Hathwin how often the worm shows itself through the hole, or does it just made it never come back?
Time is difficult for her. She has not seen it in a very long time.
Very long time. She hasn't heard it moving in a long time either? So I'm sure it makes a lot of noise.
She has heard sounds coming from up there, but has not seen it in some time. She's seen the dwarves more recently.
I think we have to keep moving. I don't think we can stay here.
Yeah, Falkro says we got a boon here. Let's not waste it. But he's favoring finishing what we promised Trin, and then dealing with the rest of this.
I agree. There are too many pots on this over the hearth right now.
So,
what do you guys wish to do?
Trin, which direction would you like to go? You've got the nose for it.
Well, I've got a horrible feeling that the vampire gnolls might still be up above where and they've not come down this far.
Might be
but
right.
I am less than happy to go back to where we come. past that thing in the wall. So I think we should maybe push on to this city, as Grim has strong feelings towards it.
Are you sure? Might be a while before we come back.
Well, you've already done more than I hoped in aiding myself and my clan, and maybe we've set them back enough that, you know, we'll be able to recover from what they've done to us. They are definitely weakened now in the state they are.
And I'm okay with going to the city then.
All right.
Hey, there was
What do we-
still
what-
the vampire that, like, when we got cut off from the collapse, there were still other vampires on the other side of that, and that we didn't find that, well, one anyway.
You're aware
But
of
we-
one that you have not seen, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's what I meant by I think they're potentially back past that horrible thing in the wall. But I'm not really keen on going past that again. That's
That's
again
fair. It might be the only way back out of
guarding
here.
somewhat. So if there is another way out,
So
then I would rather take that.
you guys could, I mean, you have the climbing gear and whatnot. It's going to be slow going, but you certainly could try and climb that hole up to
Yeah,
the.
we discussed that as well
That'll
during the
take us
break.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it didn't come back during that time, it would bypass the wall.
Yeah.
If it came out where we skirted round the hole.
Yeah.
But maybe this tunnel to the city is not as far as you think. We've come a long way underground already.
Yeah.
We could journey until we see what lies beyond and then come up with a game plan.
I think it would be foolish not to at least investigate.
Yeah.
Before
I also
travelling
think
back.
we're more likely to find a place to rest down there too if we do get to the city. The city has a lot of places.
Okay.
All right. All right.
To the city then?
Falcro, you taking point like usual?
Yep, to the city.
Okay. So,
Thank you, my lady. It's been a pleasure.
she says, "Good luck."
We'll see you again. Hopefully on our way out or when I visit.
Okay. So, what order do you guys wish to? You can start moving yourself down into that. I'll tell you if something changes.
Oh, real quick, my lady.
And I'm gonna write a quick note.
If you see an older kind of person who looks like me, hand him this.
And it's just a note that says "fuck you"
Okay. What language?
in common.
Okay.
What?
Assuming like it's his master or the Arcane Brotherhood or something like that, or like his old.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you meant like if an older version of you time travels back here.
Yeah. Oh no.
Okay.
I can just see her hiding in her tree and it's a note on the tree and just reads it and says, fuck you.
I was going to say, you're not worried that that's going to have some sort of recurrence on Earth as she just gives this note to some strange guy and goes,
It's a good point. Well, if it's his master, he'll recognize the handwriting. But
But if it's literally anybody else,
that's,
he's doing,
well, if it's anybody else, they're probably Arcane Brotherhood, and those people are assholes too. So, you know, he's willing to take that risk.
On her behalf, how big of him? Okay. So then, what do you guys wish to do? Oh, sorry, you're making your way down. So, Falcarol, why don't you guys position yourselves in that cavern there, the way that, or chasm, or passage, I guess.
So it's about our marching order there.
As soon as it reaches there, it begins going down.
Ooh, time to take it slow.
You can move yourself forward, Falcarol.
Step by step.
day by day.
Okay. So I want to get a sense of what the spacing is going to be for you guys here.
They're only like 10 feet apart or so. Like, stay within that distance.
Okay. All right. Let me...
Keep moving.
All right, we're going to switch. Let everyone get themselves into position here, and then I'll tell you what's happening.
Transition.
Okay. We also need to... First, I can turn the weather off. And I can turn this off. And I think I can turn this up.
Down to the southeast corner here.
Here we go. All right. So, where you reach, Falcro, is the first of the parts where it begins to go down. I'm not going to move you guys on the map because it doesn't extend as long as I need it to. But bear with me 2 moments. Okay. What I need to do is, in each of the campaigns, I've gone in and reset up the default setup for tokens, and I love that you can do that now.
Oh yeah.
I have not done that in this campaign, so it's just faster for me to set up these new ones. Excuse me. All right, and... Okay. Tell me about the lighting, guys. Is Trin carrying the torch for everyone again?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay. So that means that's going to spoil your the dark vision a bit, Falcro, if you're not going to be further ahead.
How far ahead do I need to be so it doesn't spoil?
Torches have... Let's see here.
Because I figure me and Cola can be up ahead.
60,
so
I think.
I think it was only about 30, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not much in... Here we go.
Got a feeling.
So another couple squares ahead, Falco. I think we need to be.
Okay.
like about here.
Okay.
And
What about you, Cola? You wanna?
I can be in a couple behind you.
Okay.
I won't be able to benefit from it yet, but you will. That's fine.
Okay. So, Falcro, you are making your way cautiously down here. And as you're sort of trying to peer around, I'm just going to move you up a little bit here. Around the corner. It's where you spot a cluster of hunched figures, all sort of muttering to one another.
No thanks.
And they are human-sized. They are hunched. I mean, elf-sized. So I guess from your perspective, hunched over, and no, that's the mine runners. Let's see here.
Lightning bolt.
Going.
And this is what you can see going down there now. I need to make a quick roll here, because you have not made any effort to make yourself silent. Okay. Falcor, would you give us a D10 roll, please?
Absolutely. And they surprised the hell out of me.
So unfortunately, I think you sort of stagger against the wall. You look up, and these things see you. Good. So they unfortunately, actually, shit, because you're surprised and the rest are too far behind. They all sort of cluster forward a little bit, and then train those eyes on you.
About to eat up all those astonishing fortune for the end of the session. Just letting you know.
So I need 4 saving throws versus death from you, please, Falco.
Oh, jeez.
It is my best save.
Okay.
No success. I would like to burn an astonishing fortune.
Okay.
Success.
Success. Okay.
Second roll. No success. I'd like to burn astonishing fortune. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Success.
Okay.
Third roll. No success.
Oh my God, we need one of them.
Only if you guys agree, I can burn it.
I mean, burn the third, yeah.
Yeah, like this isn't the only set of saves.
I
you
know.
get.
I know. That's why I'm asking. No success, so one hits me.
Oh my God.
Holy
And
shit.
fourth roll. Success. I have a
Okay.
7 that I have to beat, and I roll low.
You
Very
lose 5 points of dexterity.
Oh my
What?
God, we just got them back.
That's bull.
Okay, so these things are focused their hate on you, and you can feel your nimbleness sapping away.
I thought
Guys,
they hit your con.
let's everyone go ahead. Almost like metagame and didn't work out for you, huh?
No, we fought these before. It was con damage.
We fought something that looked like them, John. That looked like them.
Looks exactly like them.
You know that, like, oh man, this is why I'm excited to own things like the Creature Codex or Tomb of Beasts or the Monster Manual expanded from third-party publishers, because when my players are like, "Oh, we know these things," I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Like there is
Yes, sure
definitely
you do.
there's a value in like, oh, I've learned how to fight these things too, but like to assume that you
yeah.
saw one in one place and that's the way it's going to work always.
Hey, Falkrol's Falkrol. He's not me. So
Yeah, that's true.
he
That's true.
assumed he was going to lose some.
I don't agree with that assessment whatsoever. I think that is 100% player focus there. But
No. I was talking out of character. So
the all right. So yeah, you can feel that the lethargy that this thing is bringing over you is just paralyzing. However, fortunately, John, because you are first to our left, you'll be the first one rolling initiative. So everyone decide what they are doing with their round.
let me decide before I roll. Jeez.
Yep.
Oh man.
And then John beat my 8. Ooh,
well then,
the survival instinct in
He's
this
so
one is
mad.
strong. All right, so go ahead and put in what you guys are doing. I am acting on an 11.
Okay, I got to figure out what my speed is here quick.
Sure.
Okay, it's a 3. I don't know. I'm not bad. Falkrol's pissed.
All right. So first up, we've got and again, like you guys you've heard sort of. Actually, I don't think you've heard anything because Falcor was caught by surprise. So,
Excuse me.
Grim, you don't know the fight's going on up ahead. What are you doing?
I'm just moving because I don't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
Go ahead. Yeah.
So I think I can move, but if I can move double, 1, 2, so 8 total squares.
I think you guys are, because of the terrain, I think it's fair to say that you guys are moving cautiously. So at your half speed.
So the 4 squares.
Yeah, 4 squares is probably, and not to penalize you, just because I think that you're,
No, it makes sense because if I don't know the fight's going on, I'm not running.
Yep.
Yep.
Then next up is Falcor. What are you doing?
Okay, just quick clarification. Because he's in the tunnels, he usually keeps his staff closed up. So can we assume it's choked up? Or do I have to
Yes.
ready it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what he's going to do is there's no way he's going back up there quickly. These things can sap him from afar. He's just going to recklessly just run in and try to hit them.
Okay, so because you're on a slope, I need a dexterity check from you.
Yes. So there's no caution in him now, and his dexterity is so much lower. Okay, I need to get below it.
Below it, yeah.
Oh no.
So you fall prone, unfortunately, and slide down.
Could I spend the last point, guys? It's up to you.
That's 100% of the astonishing fortune you've used in one round.
That's why I'm
That's
asking him.
completely fair if you guys want to do that.
If he's prone and he's slamming right into a group of them, and I can see that there's a group of them. I mean, that's metaing.
I don't think you can because of the light. The light spoils your dark
Cola
vision.
can't.
Yeah.
No, Cola
Since we're
can't.
talking about a meta
Yeah,
currency,
it is a
I
meta
think
currency,
fair
so
for
it's a
us to-
decision that is made on a meta level. Yeah.
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 I could still fail it, so
I
I was going to say,
think
there's a fair chance you'll fail it again. That's my concern.
that's a good point. Yeah. What's your dexterity?
12 now.
Oh, that's better than average chance of succeeding.
A saving throw would be a pretty good chance of
That's a good point.
succeeding on a reroll. That's all I meant.
Yeah, it's a fair
It's on a
point.
7 sort of thing.
If they can knock 5 out of me with one gaze and there's 4 coming, I'm gonna be paralyzed right quick.
Yeah. Okay. I would say do it.
Okay.
All right.
One
Yeah,
vote.
that's a good point.
2 vote.
I mean, I'm
Gotta
gonna
be
do it.
unanimous. Gotta be unanimous.
If it's dexterity for everything, then I would vote for that because I don't think a lot of the rest of us are. Well, I guess Trin uses dexterity a lot, but
It's up to Trin.
No, if everyone else is up for it, then yeah, I'm happy for you to go. I was just putting my.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have preferred you not run into them in the first place, but hey.
Well, Falkroll doesn't see any other option.
Okay, so you're able to. Where are you running to? There.
He's right in there, just right in the middle, just.
Oh
Okay.
boy. Okay.
And then he's gonna just swing his halberd
so we can.
speed
on.
at him.
Your halberd only has a speed of 3.
It does because I took the two-handed fighting style. It
Okay.
drops it down by 4.
Okay. Okay.
So, and it's magical, so it gets a further reduction.
Okay, that makes sense. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, going at the one diagonally from me.
Okay.
At the bottom.
It's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Medium-sized creature.
Gotcha. Stupid undead. Well, I don't know if they're undead, but
They are
6.
undead. Yes.
Oh, so that's a negative 11.
Okay, so which one? Which one did you hit?
That one.
That one came.
Just. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
He just rolled a 1 on his damage.
Then it is Trin's turn. So you guys can hear a shout from down below, and Falkrill's run into battle.
So we didn't see. I thought we heard him when he got done the first time. So
No,
that
because
would have to
there's no
change,
like.
Yeah.
It's just a sapping that happened to him. So and he was caught by
Oh
surprise.
no, I just assumed he'd have like screamed out or something. But
He did when he
okay.
ran forward, yeah.
Yeah, now he has. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I would probably just be moving forward then, to be
Okay.
quite honest. So I'm just going to move up to that.
Okay.
So his premonition, this is where Falkroll dies, is actually
Cola, what are you doing?
I fucked up and put in a thing for something I don't actually have because I spent it already. So I'm gonna also just move then.
Okay. If you're moving half your movement, you're fine moving down that slope. If you're moving any faster than that, it will be a dex roll.
Okay, so I'll just move the 2.
Okay. All right. Then it is their turn. Okay. I need 3 saves from you, please, Falkrill.
okay. Come on, dice gods.
This might have been the waste of these.
Nat
Nat
20.
20.
Nat 20
Fail.
Okay.
And a
nat
fail.
20. Oh.
5 more.
5 more dexterity drained.
So I'm at 7 dex. That's
Okay.
great.
And then the one that you run into.
Let me recalculate my AC real quick.
Okay.
Defensive. Oh, apparently it didn't drop too much. So
I hit an AC of 2.
that hits.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
Sure.
So yeah, I've lost 3 AC, so that does hit me.
Okay. So you take 4 points of damage that won't be blocked by DR.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and Cola, I think when you step there, because of the angle of the fire, you can see that there are 4 of these things that are hunched over, and they've got that, there is energy coming from 3 of their eyes that are just like, zorching Falcarol, and he seems to be stumbling.
Yeah, he's flailing wildly, no grace to his movements.
Yeah.
With, yeah, no fair. Because I was only going to ask if I would have on my turn, since I didn't have an action or anything, would I have had enough time to just simply shout at the other 2 behind me
Yes.
to cover their eyes?
Yep.
And that would be the only advice I would give, because I don't know anything more about them, but I know that I does stuff. So
Okay. All right. Then Falco, do you have a second attack this round?
I do.
Okay.
Just because it's a speed weapon.
Okay.
And they are undead, so I'll use that particular attack roll.
Okay.
Come on.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Anything's undead.
Okay.
That guy.
All right. Then.
There's so many hit points too.
Lightning bolt the bastards, I can take it.
All right. Then, yeah, if you angle it, that actually might ricochet properly down here.
Ooh.
Okay. Although Cola's in the way right now.
Grim, be very careful.
All right, guys. That brings us to the end of round one. We're on to round two. All right, so everyone decide what you want to do with your round. And then watch as John beats my 5. Yes,
just barely.
nice.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are up first. I am on an 8.
Kev, this druid prayer,
Yeah.
do I need sort of line of sight, or is it an area effect?
Area effect.
So I don't actually know if
You're within 50 feet, it affects us.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's the other question. Do we
Is
know
that-
the speeds? The speed
is
range
that
for
4?
our
Is it normally?
special abilities?
Oh, assume that these only have a speed of 1.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
These are
Really?
gifts, so
Oh.
they are, yeah, they're not quite like,
Oh,
it's
in
not
that
actual
case.
spells, like you haven't learned how to spell cast, it's just,
Oh wow. Okay. They are super fast.
Guess that'd be 5 then.
okay. All right. So that looks like it's everyone. So Trin, you're up first. What are you doing?
So can I move before I do the prayer?
Yes.
Just so I
half
can
your
see where,
half speed.
where Falcon is.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to do that druid prayer.
Okay, so you unleash that power. There is a scent of like pears and blossoms that cough across all of you. You each get +1 to hit, +1 to damage, +1 to your saves.
Oh.
And they get penalties, yeah.
They get penalties, yeah. Then next up will be Grim. What are you doing, Grim?
Okay. I'm gonna go down, move. Guess I can go.
You can move through allied squares if that's...
Okay. So
Yeah.
I think I can get here.
Okay.
Okay. I should have seen where this was before I did this, but I'm committed now. So I guess I can hit there.
That passes through a wall, it looks like.
Oh, does it? I can't see. Oh, I see. Oh, that wall you're saying.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
like,
You'll have to go for
if you went over
this guy.
here, if you're in this square,
Could I do this?
you could, and then it would...
I mean, it's probably going to go through him anyway.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think, it would ricochet...
Can you go square to the left
I think so. Here,
as we're looking at it?
if that's where you're targeting, it'll hit Falcarel and the one in front of him twice, and then carry down the corridor.
Hey, Grim, could you have gone, like, instead of moving where you moved, when you moved through my square, could you have gone here instead?
Oh yeah, I could have done that. I guess.
And that might open up
Is that
your
okay?
angle
Can
a
I-
little bit better.
So that would go
Yeah.
through all of them, and then
Would
ricochet.
it bounce back at all?
Yeah.
Would you have? I don't want to be that guy, but that
I mean,
would
if
be
it
the
were-
second diagonal you had moved in that turn. And wouldn't that second diagonal have taken up 2 squares of movement?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Yeah. So that's kind of. I think that's.
So I
maybe
think
why
what
did
it'll
that to
get
begin
is
with.
one of the Nothics will be taking 2 saves, and so will Falcarel, but then it'll hit all of them.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's this. Yep.
All right.
we
Doesn't
can
bounce
raise-
back at you guys, so there's a benefit there. So here's what I need is once you roll, what level are you? 6, 7?
7. So 76.
76
damage.
damage. Yep. 20. All right, so it's not terrible. Falcarel, give us a save versus spell. You do get +1 to this.
8 + 1.
And they all get -1, right?
Fail.
Fail. Okay, so you take 20 points of damage from the first strike, and then
Yeah,
give us a
roll again.
second one.
Fail.
Well,
Oh.
it's the saves are no, but the saves. Hold on, Kev. The saves. It says. It's just it doesn't change the damage amount. What it just does is they have to succeed 2 saves instead of 1.
So I only get hit with
Okay.
the
That's all it does. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
So
For the ricochet?
I mean, he will suffer full damage if he failed one of his saving throws. But
Does it say that in the spell description?
yes, it does.
Okay.
I looked it up. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That's better.
So yeah,
That
20 points of
dies.
damage from that, and then that means, let's see here, the saves for these things.
Why is the dice gods hating me? I roll consistently low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
Lightning Bolt is very confusingly written in second edition.
For sure, yeah.
I'm spending a lot of time off reading it.
Something else I was looking at I had to pull out Golden Glory because of the way that this particular spell was
So I did the exact same thing.
No, did you?
Yeah. Because I'm like, maybe this is clearer.
Okay, so the first one gets hit for full. Second one for full.
So it's like lightning bolt with disadvantage if it ricochets. Cool.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then final.
Thank you, Grim.
Oh wow.
Succeeds. Okay,
Nice.
so it takes 10. All right.
Okay.
Then.
I love dryads.
Okay, so the whole hallway is lit up by this thing ricocheting back and forth between. Then it is. I think their thing's turn. Cole's on a
Falcor.
10. Falcor, where are you? Oh, you're in a 7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, Falcor, what are you doing?
Attacking the same one that did before, and then apparently it's weaker now because you just lightning bolted the crap out of it.
Okay.
Okay, miscellaneous bonus 1. 2.
2 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Rolled
Medium-sized creature.
3 on that.
Okay, that is down. I now need 3 saving throws from Falcor, please.
God, versus death.
Remember, you
Okay.
get +1 on these.
Oh
Yep.
jeez.
Fail.
Unbelievable.
I still have dex though.
Okay.
Pass, just
Okay.
barely.
Okay.
Fail.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm at 2 dex.
Okay.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. You have to take it when you.
What happens if he gets 0? I don't
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed.
I'm helpless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't die, thankfully, but
My AC is now a whopping 5.
okay.
We're gonna. What's her name? Is gonna see us all like sheepishly making ourselves back into her girl.
Can I have another?
We should have listened to you. That was a mistake.
All right.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Then it is Cola's turn.
I'm gonna move 2 squares to here,
Yep.
and I'm clutching my holy symbol. And also, just point of order. I should have actually said it, but hopefully you'll be okay with this because I didn't actually say it. Would she have been okay with Cola going back to the tunnel and grabbing his axes on the way through?
I'm
the
assuming
grove
that
to
he
go back
collected
down
those.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have said you can watch me. I'm very carefully holding him out in front of me. I'm not doing anything. Anyway, I have him. So, but I'm casting prayer to everyone.
Do we have this is second prayer? Or?
There's a prayer active right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Right. Okay. Do you think
Cola would have known that.
Seeing Trin, seeing him, I would have recognized the spell.
And you can't,
so I
like,
would just cancel.
Different bonuses can stack, but the identical bonuses from the identical source cannot stack.
Then I will.
So you would. What would he have cast instead?
Well, I can't have cast some. It needs to be the same speed, and I don't have anything.
No,
of
no,
that
I'm fine
speed.
with because your character would have known. Like, your character's aware that having a prayer active, you would not have been able to do that. So, what would
Do
your
I
character?
know if Do I know if this Nothic effect on Falcarol, is it just an ability or is it like a
You know
curse?
nothing about these
I know
things.
nothing about it.
Yeah.
Then I can't do anything.
You're on your own.
You can throw
literally
your
have no
axe.
I have no
Poorly.
other. Yeah, and then I have to go collect it. So no, I don't
It's
have.
Falcarol.
Well,
I
that
don't
one's
have
not
any spells
engaged
I
in
can-
melee. Hurl your axe at it.
And through you, I don't have very good luck with that. No, seriously, I have no other spells that I can I can cast. So,
So then, Falco, you have your second attack.
Okay. Oh god, this is bad. Okay, target shift to the one directly below me.
Okay.
Double it.
I rolled a 1.
Give us a d20 roll, please.
6.
Okay.
that was even with the +1.
Well,
for
nat
prayer?
one's
I
a
did
nat
with
one.
nat ones. Yeah.
Well, sure, yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
The lowest I can roll is a 4 against the undead for AC 4, so that's pretty good.
Okay. All right. Oh, your foot slips and you are effectively so close into them that you are grappled, meaning you cannot make use of your halberd any longer.
Oh my god, the game just wants Falcor. Roll 20's got it in for you today.
Yeah, it's...
It's okay. I have weapons on me that I will stab them with.
Okay. Feels like someone's forgotten their lesson about potentially retreating in the face of things in AD&D 2nd Edition. So
apparently I have, but Falcor stab it.
So then, guys, that is the end of the second round. Third round. Everyone decide what you want to do with your round.
Okay.
Okay. And then, John, would you beat my 3?
Do I know?
Oh, yes.
Do I know vicious mockery? Like the target would have to know and understand a language in share a same language.
I don't think you have
right?
time to figure out whether you think you can try that and see if it works on these things or
Okay,
not.
then,
I'm not. Yeah.
No. That's totally fair.
Yeah, it's a ability that your character is completely unfamiliar with until now.
Okay then.
All
This
right.
is bad. So this is an odd round, right?
This is an odd round, yes. Round 3. So first up will be Grim or Falcor. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Grim.
All right, I'm gonna move 1, 2. Let's go here. Okay. And I'm using my my Staff of the Ice King.
Okay.
To attack the one. I'm gonna go to the one on the right of Falcor.
Okay.
And this blinds if it hits. So that's what I'm kind of looking for.
On a normal size head, yes, it does.
Oh, well, on a giant eye. Okay, fair enough. That's
okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Those 1d4. I believe.
Okay. Nice. There's no bonus to that. 1d4.
No, it's just. I think it's just a
Flat
straight 1d4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So hits this thing. All right. Falcor, what are you doing?
Well, he fumbles at his waist for his silvered short sword just so he can use it in combat and just tries to stab the thing in the eye.
Okay.
Just this is bad. This is so bad.
Okay, that's a hit.
Hey.
Link, twist, die.
All right. Then on these things' turn, because they are on a 6. I need another save from Falcor.
All 3?
Just 1 actually this time.
Bonus from prayer. Pass.
You lose 1 point of dexterity.
I'm at 1 dexterity.
1.
The one that was next to Grim, you were correct. It did prevent it from using its gaze this time. And then the one that is engaged with Falcor is going to bring its claws down.
My AC is a whopping 7.
Holy smokes. Oh my god, I need a 5 to hit you. 2 hits. And unfortunately, armor does not protect against this life drain. 3 points of damage for you.
Okay.
And you can hear this thing, as it's doing it, it's muttering something. And Grim, you're close enough too. It's spouting gibberish in Netherese.
Okay.
Then...
Not magic.
All right. I think I remember.
Okay. We have Cola. What are you doing, Cola?
Andrew has once again misjudged this. I forgot that I can't move. So
Sorry,
I was going to do an attack. But it's
Falcor,
fine.
restore 2 hit points. I forgot to do the penalty from the prayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2 hit
Thank
points
you.
back. Sorry, Cola, go ahead.
I was going to attack, but I forgot that I can't move to my full speed. So
You can. You just have to make a dex check. Oh, not your full speed. Yeah, you could charge, which is moving your full speed. You take a penalty to hit, though.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, because with the prayer, that would cancel it out. So okay, so I could charge. I still need a dex check. You said
Yes, please. Just to not...
120. Oops. Where am I? Oh. Nope. Great.
Okay. So you land. Well, actually, technically, that would be the end of the stairs. So that's where you find yourself. Trin, what are you doing?
So bad.
I'm just going to move a bit closer and take a shot with my short bow.
Please do.
That was a 3.
Which one were you
Jeez.
targeting? The one. I think Trin being the clever opponent. I'm assuming he's shooting the one in the back.
that's
That would have.
not engaged, yeah.
So I thought I heard that.
Yeah, I didn't actually.
So that one is a
Show you
miss
which
and hits the back of the wall, sitting in there. I think
Do I get 2 shots?
yes, Trin's the only one who's got the
Short
second
bow.
shot here. Yep.
Yeah. Try again. At the same target. He's just as hopeless.
Getting closer. All right, that is the end of the round, guys. We're on to round 4. Then everyone decide. I think, John, you're still winning initiative. Yeah, so everyone decide what you want to do with your round.
Time for it to stop, though.
And John beat my 5.
Ooh.
Nice.
Who the fuck these things up?
Wow.
At least your
It's the only
initiative
way
is going
roll
with
20
you.
is helping you at all today.
Yeah. Your D10 rolls are good. Your D20 rolls, on the other hand.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
why-
I get attacked twice with my short sword this round if I don't lose a dexterity point.
Ah,
I should
we're
have
gonna try
maybe.
it.
I should have maybe done that.
Oh,
whatever.
remember. Oh my gosh.
I'm at 1 dex, so any amount of dex damage, and I'm down.
Oh, these are undead. Never mind. It wouldn't have worked.
Do you have any other penalties that are coming in from such a low dex?
Yeah, it's hitting my attack rolls, which is why I'm glad I'm good against undead.
Well, no, your attack rolls aren't it's only missile that's affected by dex.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. And there's no penalty there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
no,
and
it's just
this is one of the rare times where because we do group initiative, the fact that you got a shit dex isn't going to affect your initiative score. So there is an
my
upside to
reaction
that.
adjustment's a -6. So,
Yeah. So there's an upside here. All right. So then first up, I'm acting on an 8, which means Cola, you're up first. What are you doing?
I'm going to. Well, I have no idea, but I'm gonna risk it. Well, I'm gonna be. First of all, I'll use my. Is it half my movement
Yeah. So after you move to stand.
to stand? Yeah, I'm gonna stand up, and then I'm gonna spew some dwarven insults at these things in the hopes that this blessing will help us in
Pick
some way.
one thing. You're using the Dryad's blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, one target.
Okay. This one is probably the only one I can actually see.
Okay.
that's the one grappling me, right?
No, that's the one to the south is the one grappling it. That one is the one that has been blinded by Grim.
Not
okay.
anymore. Not anymore, though.
Not anymore. No, was last time. So go ahead and roll damage. What did we say? It was 4d4 plus 4.
4 plus 4.
Yep.
Kill it.
So you unleash this pent-up rage that you've been feeling for this. And as this thing sort of scrambles the last of the snow off of its eye, it looks over, and then you just see blood burst through the whole thing as it kind of and slumps down, dead.
Yeah.
Next up is Grim. What are you doing, Grim?
I'm using the staff to attack the one on the far side down there.
You're gonna have to move first to get that. I don't think you got.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Well, but you could safely move above Falcor now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that. All right.
Okay, so you
All right,
scramble
so
over.
there's your D4, 3 damage.
Okay. Nice. All right. Then it is, and it's and like ice has gone across it. Then it is Falcoral's turn. What are you doing, Falcoral?
Falcor like spins the short sword in his hand just to do and just stabs it in its eye. And
Go ahead.
Try and hope it doesn't use its
So,
ability on him.
FYI, there is a such thing as a called shot you can try and make.
That gives me a -4.
It's like -8 or something for an eye.
Screw it, I'll do it.
Okay. I mean, you're a really good shot. Let me double check it. Make sure I got that right. Where the fuck did I put the house rules? Here we go. Oh, boy. Yeah, because they're in the house rules.
Oh.
That's what they're in there for. So your called shot to...
He's got such a big eye, though.
-8 to hit the head, so I think -10 total. Because it's most of its head, but go ahead.
So -8 to hit the head? Oh, so
Minus
minus
10.
10 total? So
Minus
it's a
10 total.
-9 with the prayer.
Okay,
Oh, man. Risky.
here we go. But I mean, you got a huge bonus here. Oh my god!
And I rolled a 5.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
So you're trying to get this in, and just the angle is not right. Is there any? Is there 1 point of astonishing fortune left?
No, they were all used.
We used them all.
Okay. So unfortunately, you can't get that in. Then it is Trin's turn. What are you doing, Trin?
Can I see the back one with my bow? Or
You can.
they-
Yes, absolutely.
And it's blind, so.
This one?
Yep.
Yeah.
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 It's blind? Oh.
Yep. For 1 round.
Right. Okay.
I shall take the first shot.
Oh, that did not include the prayer bonus, did it?
No.
Then that's a hit. Go ahead and roll
I forgot.
damage. Medium-sized creature.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay. Their AC is fairly low.
Yeah.
It's a small
Nice.
blessing.
Okay.
And then
Fuck.
I'll take the second shot.
No, because actually they get to remember it's
At the end of round.
yeah staggered. If you've got two sources of attacks, you make those at the same time, like multi-weapons. But
Yep.
I was going to multi-weapon, but I figured I'm grappled, so I'm not going to be able to.
okay,
So
Falcarol,
bite me. Literally, have it bite me.
I need a save from you, please.
Oh, I take 1
jeez.
damage either way, so.
Well, no, because once again, look at this metagaming.
Sorry, it's in my head.
So then, that is fortunately a success. You only lose your last point of dexterity.
Well, only. So
Only. So
Well,
I'm
it would have
paralyzed.
spilled over. Just because you hit 0 AC doesn't mean they're not going to keep taking away your life. So, Falcarol, you can feel, and it's not that you're too weak. It's just that I think your muscles are almost in a constant
lock
state of
up.
spasm.
Yeah,
So you
she's just shaking.
And you guys can see this thing is just hunched over him, staring at him, and you can feel the baleful energy just in on him. Then it is the one in the back's turn. Unfortunately, it was going to do the exact same thing, but its eye is covered, so it's trying to uncover it. Second shot from Trin. Go ahead.
Okay.
Jeez.
Just do the +1.
Solid.
Oh, hell
hit.
yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Wayne's loving this
73.
in chat.
He's very excited.
Oh, he did see it. Things are looking a little sketchy for our hero. I agree, Wayne. All right, so then that is the end of round 5. Let's very quickly, guys, do round. That's round 4. We'll do round 5. Everyone decide what you want to do with your round.
I can still get back at Kevin from the grave. Initiative.
Why me? This is all self-inflicted stuff.
It definitely is self-inflicted.
John, you still are rolling initiative, however, and I do have a small gift for you.
Okay.
Beat my 10.
Okay, now the pressure's on.
Don't get
I'm on a
cocky.
13.
Well, no, that this is him rolling a 10 means I'm going to roll a 10 or something. So.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right, so Grim, you're up first. So Trin, you're up first.
Trin.
Okay, I can move through allies.
Yep.
Can I swap to my staff?
You could have dropped your thing as a free action and then drawn the staff as a and then what would you like to do?
I'm going to attack this one that seems to be hunched over.
Falco?
Yeah. Oof, that is horrible.
Would you kindly give us a D20 roll, please?
D20 in it.
Uh-oh.
I'll leave on the best cliffhanger.
Trin, if you cause another cave-in, I swear.
What do you mean if I cause another? I didn't cause the first one.
Wasn't it you, or was it Tom?
No, it's Tom, I think.
It was Tom.
It was
Sword Nick
Tom.
Hall.
Yeah, it was Tom. Okay, so, oh boy, all this activity down here does cause a bit of a rumble, and everyone sort of slips here.
Oh no.
Right, Cola. So for you, let's see here. Actually, it's just you stagger a little bit back.
Hardy folk with dwarves are.
Steady on our feet.
Am I still? Are we, yeah. Am I on my feet?
You are. Yes. You haven't slept. Grim, you stagger. There.
Oh jeez.
Trin. Let's see here. You're there now.
Well, they stagger too, so maybe
They stagger too. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Then it is. Oh my God,
Falcor's
Falcor.
body.
Oh, I'm not dead. I'm
He's
like,
just
I can't
over
roll.
there. Then the no fix. So the one there is. Oh boy, right there.
Flanking.
Hey, that's not bad.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then
flanking,
the one on the
yeah.
bottom is 1, 2. Right there.
Oh,
Okay, well.
not much better for Grim.
Okay. So battlefield sort of rocks. Everyone sort of knocked around. That was on Trin's turn. Then it is Grim's turn before these things act. What are you doing, Grim?
Same plan. I'm icicling the one across from me.
Yeah. Okay.
There's that.
All right. So that hits. All right. Then it is their turn before Cola acts. You did attack it, but it missed it completely. I'm going to roll randomly to see who it attacks. 1, 2, 3.
Bring it on.
Fuck no. Sorry, Falcor. I need another save from you. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Totally fine. Is the prayer still active? Is it round 5?
It is, yes.
Okay, so this last round of prayer.
Okay.
Succeed.
Succeed. Okay, so you lose 1 point of strength.
Okay.
Oh, we're just gonna start going on to the next ability now.
It's tasty shit.
We really are gonna have to go back and visit the Dryad. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck did you guys do?"
All
Been gone
right.
5 minutes.
We'll be right back.
like-
and come back all
she'll be
bloody
like-
dragging Falcor.
She'll be like, "Perhaps you should have
not
listened to your little dwarven friend here and rested a bit."
She's not very good with time. She will never know.
This is
so-
true. It's been forever, guys.
She's like, "Who are you?"
She operates on dog time.
Yeah.
You've seen one
You've
forever.
been aware forever. All right, and then the one that is facing Grim is actually going to try and get you. Grim, what's your AC?
10.
It's blind though, so it might
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I mean, it's partially blind because it has a giant eye.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
It's just prevented from using. So I do hit you once. You take 1 point of damage. DR does not apply. All right. Then I think that brings us to the end of the round. No one has other actions.
I have my I haven't gone at all.
Oh yeah,
yet.
you haven't gone yet. Sorry, Cola. You're so slow. I didn't see you back there. What are you
Trin
doing?
and Grim. I mean, Trim and Cola both have.
I'm gonna be attacking the one right in front of me,
Okay.
which now will have. I am flanking it.
Yep.
Is that
So
correct?
it modifies its AC, not a bonus to hit.
Oh right. Okay. So I still get the prayer bonus, and
Yes.
then you'll do the other one on the AC.
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Cool.
Leave it in
And
half.
That's a
there we
hit.
go.
Go and roll damage.
There we go. Boom. And modifier. Sorry. Boom.
Whoa. Does that include
hit.
the bonus from prayer?
It does.
Okay. Look at that. You bring the
One more. What
mighty
Cola's
axe of
angry.
Latimer down on this thing. It is nearly down. It shakes its
Is
head.
Trin gone? Did he act?
Trin went down. That's what led to all the.
Oh,
That's what all
that's
this-
right.
that's
Why
why
to the
everything
battlefield.
went
That's
around.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, we're at quit time right now. Do we have time to do one more round, or is everyone
Yeah, I'm fine.
It seems like it'll be a quick round.
okay?
Yeah.
You say that.
Well, this one, the one down
All right.
might take
So
a little
six.
bit longer.
This is
the
round
wrong way.
6, guys. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round.
Prayer is now over.
I know
my
what
6.
I'm doing. Winning
You know what you're
initiative.
doing?
Wow.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Well done. I'm on a 9. Okay.
Sorry, Wayne.
Okay, so then first up is Grim on a 3. What are you doing, Grim?
Bicycling the same one across from me again.
Okay.
1.
Oof. Okay. Then it is Cola or Trin. Who wants to go next?
Go ahead.
Let's you.
I'm sneezing.
Andrew's like, this is bullshit.
I was going to say it'd be better if you went first, because then I could go down and help Grim.
Fair.
That's right, he moves
fair.
faster.
No, that's fair. I can hopefully finish this one off.
Yeah.
No prayer bonus, but we are still flanking it. So here we go.
That is a hit. Thanks to flanking.
Oof. All right.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Boom.
Die, you beastie.
Yes.
This thing is down and dead. Trin, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm going to move down, and because I'm a gnoll, I get an extra 5 foot of reach. So can I hit him from there with the
You
staff?
can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Knolls are pretty
that's
awesome.
cool.
Noel with a halberd, 15 feet of reach. Ha!
Solid hit with
Oh,
that time.
wow, that'll do it.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Come on. Wait.
That's
Gone.
Done. So Grim, this thing staggers back, and then you see this stack come over your shoulder. Pow! And that's where we will leave our heroes. So let's quickly do XP, because you guys got a lot from today.
yeah. Cola hears faintly from Falcro goes, I may have overextended myself.
I look down. I'm like,
A little bit.
really? I'm shocked.
But
All right,
I don't
so
have time to quickly do a cure. You know what? I'll cure him on in the next next session.
You know what? You don't want to try to XP farm this session?
I mean, I could, but
all right, so those of you who are Falcro, because you're your favorite enemy, you defeated 32 hit dice worth of adversaries. The rest of the fighters, it's 16. Oh wait, is there any other fighter other than? I don't think there's any other fighter.
wow, I didn't cast any magic this session.
You casted healing, didn't you, earlier on?
No.
no, that was me.
Oh, it was you.
Do
Okay.
we count? Are we gonna count the gifts as magic or not? I assume not.
You do not get
Those
XP for
are-
those. No.
No.
Okay.
It's like when I use the ring, I don't get XP for
Yeah.
the spells in
Okay.
the ring.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good point.
Okay, so times. All right, guys. So that means divided by 4. Guys, today, before any of your class-based bonuses, everyone is earning 1,400 XP. 1,400 XP for today, which I think
Nice.
Trin dings. Does anyone else ding?
Yep.
I'm a long way off.
Okay, so Trin, why don't you give us a 2d6 roll?
Yep.
And I can't remember if... Now, did the Thomas rule apply last level? Did you roll? We usually, if it does trigger, we have to get you to write it down.
Yeah, I think it did.
It did. Okay,
Yeah.
so then re-roll that. So give us a 2d6 again. There you go. 6 hit points.
Nice.
So erase the that the Thomas roll triggered. So it can trigger, or whatever it is. You're not eligible for the Thomas rule yet, but you did get 6 hit points plus whatever your con modifier is.
The Thomas roll?
Yeah, because of Tom always rolling poorly on hit points.
Yeah, if you roll less than half on both dice, then next level you get, if that happens again, you get to roll a second time. Take the better of 4 dice instead of the better of 2.
Because Tom's a pure fighter, has better con than me, and has less hit points than me. So that's the Thomas rule.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it was like 3 levels of Modus rolling terribly for hit points each time, so we instituted the Thomas rule as a result. All right, so guys, that is some serious exploration that you did today, so congratulations.
I'm paralyzed.
Yes, and also Falcrol served as a very helpful reminder of why caution is always better.
In Falcrol's defense, he is specialized against undead, like they're his favorite enemy. He doesn't think properly when they're involved. It's written
We're
in
still
the
going to
class
hold it
description.
against you.
Feel free.
Let's go back to the transcript. They drain con, not dex.
That's his experience with them last time.
Remember, these games are streamed. The record will always be on the internet.
That's fine. Now Falcor gets to add to his knowledge of these things and hate them even more.
And it is no joke. Like, I think it
fair.
serves as a helpful reminder too of just that there's wide and wide variety of different things you can encounter down here.
So hopefully the other thing he remembers about these things is true. It heals by itself over time. It's not permanent.
You also remember that these things, what you learned, they were like degenerate versions of mages, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mages have a variety of different specializations, right?
He realizes that now.
So as bad as Dex Drain is, boy, I wonder what Wisdom Drain might do to our party.
Oh, you could well, no, you can
fuck right off, Madison.
Still a ranger, Madison.
Fuck right off,
Still a ranger.
Yeah, but Falcor.
Yeah.
Well, it was wisdom.
So
we got a problem.
For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 82 of the our Legacy of the Crystal Shard campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there's a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where we have channels dedicated to this campaign, this game, and every other game we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels. Tons of great people over there. You are more than welcome to join us join in the community's conversations. Last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our brave heroes, guys, once again venturing into the depths of the Caves of Hunger. So John, Darren, Brandon, and Andrew, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. That was a great session. And for those listening at home, we'll be back again in the Icewind Dale in 2 weeks' time. Until then, we hope that we've given you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes are encountering beneath the ragged glacier. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
Bye.